it's over. Do you need anything like I need you? I've got no place to be alone, my friend. He cut his wrist instead. There's your answer. You better save yourself, or else nothing like success. I would rather be in hell than regret. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Oh, do you need anything like I need you? No, I do. But denial, these are not my words. Tell me where are mine? Most of the time, wet my face with reality and permit me to breathe before I do it again. Do you need anything like I need you? wonder if you ever did, yeah. I wonder if you ever did like I did. I wonder if you ever did, yeah. I wonder if you ever did like I did. Let's go! Come on! You know the drill! What do you want? I just wanna be free! Yeah! Free! Yeah! Free! Yeah! Free! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Oh! Come on! Na 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 na. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. No me. Free, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go. Free, yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa. Oh yeah, yeah. Hell. Dude, let's go. Wednesday evening. Whoa. Dude, Pine Box team in the house. This is it, I'm tired of explaining. It's too late because everyone is waiting. That's great, so why are you complaining? You're on blue. If I'm unsure, will anybody notice? It's my fault because I love you on purpose. I'm insecure, or just a little nervous. You're on blue. Who knows you're on blue? When every bruise looks good on you. Tell me who knows you're on blue. When every bruise looks good on you. You found out that nobody is worth it, and you doubt that anything is worth it. Oh, I can't remember the words. You're on blue. So provoking, I forgot to mention. Are you joking and need some attention? Nothing's working, so change your direction. You're on blue. Who knows you're on blue? Yes, the blue wave is coming. Looks good on you. Tell me who knows you're on blue. When every bruise looks good on you. Why won't you hold my hand? Are you gonna deny this? Do the best you can. I haven't got a plan, but I'm gonna survive this. That's just who I am. Dude, how we doing? Let's go! When you're on blue, you keep everything inside of you. You try to play it cool. Sometimes you gotta break the rules. I don't know why you are confused. All you need is a little bit of attitude. Yeah. This is it. I'm tired of explaining. It's too late because everyone is waiting. That's great. So why are you complaining? You're on blue. If I'm unsure, will anybody notice? It's my fault because I love you on purpose. I'm insecure or just a little nervous. You're on blue. You ready? Come on! Yeah, yeah. Hey, hey! Starting to enjoy the view. I'm all about the altitude. You knows you're on blue when every bruise looks good on you? Tell me who knows you're on blue when every bruise looks good on you. Oh! All right. Dude, how we doing? Dude, Charlotte is tearing it up. You must be talking about North Carolina, right? Dude, it turns out North Carolina doesn't like ICE any more than Portland did, right? So fuck them, dude. Dude, fuck them, bro. We must fuck them. Right? Dude, seriously. Dude, fuck the shit out of those guys and gals, right? Mostly guys. But all right, how we doing? So, I mean, I must profess, okay? I have a confession to make that I basically have no idea what went on today in politics. All right, I have no clue. I edited a bunch of videos this morning. I went to bed at like, I don't know, 11. I got up. I had to take my son's car to get some tires. He left a car here that we're kind of holding on to for a little while. And, you know, unless if, you know, a year from now, if he's still in New York City, we're only holding it in case for whatever reason, something doesn't work out in that first year. Otherwise, we're going to sell it. But so I like put some tires on a car and then I edited some more. And then I hung out with Jenny. So, and then I raked some leaves. So I have no fucking clue what's going on, right? So there's a Rogan Theo Von interview. Okay, dude, where's the link to that, right? Give me a link and a timestamp. I would love to fucking see what they're doing. Dude, so we got to look at the Bondi thing, okay? I know we're going to look at the Pam Bondi thing. Maybe we'll just do a little TikTok hog watch. We haven't done that in forever, where we just scroll through TikTok and see what kind of assholes are fucking hanging out on there. But I mean, some days you just got to unplug, right? And it didn't seem like there was a lot going on today, to be honest with you, right? There was not much going on today. I think it's funny, right? I don't know if you guys noticed, but I think it's kind of funny that the day after the Epstein vote, you kind of noticed that Trump just sort of kept his fucking mouth shut all day, didn't he? Right? Do you notice that? Am I the only one to notice that Trump just kind of kept his fucking mouth shut? I thought that was really interesting. And another thing you may have noticed is he didn't have a public fucking announcement of the bill signing, right? I mean, how was that? How was that, guys? No little public, bill announcement. He didn't have his big public thing with his lackeys talking about the bill. There was no, they didn't roll out the desk and the fanfare. This was this bill that he really, really wanted. And, everybody in Congress voted for. And yet there was no bill signing ceremony. No, he signed it. He signed it today. He signed it today. It has been signed. It has been put into law. Dude, yeah, no, he signed it, but with no cameras. Dude, dude, fuck these guys. What's up? What's up, dude? Oh my God, stop the stupidity. Bring it in. Coming in hot. No. Whoa. Let's go. Yes, Trumpy. Oh, dude, let's go. Welcome to the new memberships. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Dude, yes. Yes, he signed it. Dude, thank you. Dude, thank you. You need that signing vid? Dude, there is no signing vid. But we'll fucking scope it out. We'll get on the internet and we'll see what we can find. Let's start off a goal for the dance party. All right. Go 45. I'm going to go an hour. All right. Dance party goal 1 hour.
We'll see if we can get that going. I'm not going to go too late tonight, guys. I think tonight's going to be a little bit on the shorter side of the stream, shorter stream side. Dude, I get lost once I start streaming. And 4 hours later, I'm like, oh shit, dude, I got to go edit videos. But tonight, I think we're probably going to go like 2 hours, probably. Unless I get caught up and then forget again, in which case we'll go over. Because I have a massage tomorrow. Then I'm getting a haircut on Friday, dude, which is good. I'm getting rid of the locks, bro. I'm getting rid of the locks. Can I just tell you? So in the time I started the music to the time I started singing along to the song Freedom, I actually went and washed my hair and fucking like beautified. Dude, I've been so scroungy. So like I've been kind of living like a scrounger because I am working a lot. I'm editing like a mad person, but I'm really enjoying it. It's like, dude, the channel's been doing really well. I've been really fucking enjoying it. I'm just sleeping very little. You got the Rogan link? Yeah. Just post it in Discord, right? Any channel in Discord. I'll find it. Throw it in the Discord and then I'll be able to grab it. Channel super dope. Let's go. Dude, thank you, boss. Right? You wish you could afford a haircut? Dude, so you look like a Trump supporter. That's fucked up. Dude, my girlfriend cut my hair for ages, right? She did. Yeah. I've been a machine, dropping killer videos. Thank you, Shock. Dude, yeah, no, I've managed, guys. So check it out. So here's the trajectory. In the beginning, dude, let's go. You had to stand outside in elementary school because of ICE. No way, made money. It's fucked up, right? Yeah. But thank you for that membership. Appreciate you and glad you're here. And fuck ICE. But so the channel for like, I don't know, for a couple of months, I did like 2 or 3 videos a week. Okay. Then I switched to a video a day for 6 months. Then I went to 3 videos a day for like 2 months. And then I kind of crashed and went down to like 2 videos a day for like 5 months. And then I went back. Then I started adding shorts. And then we went to 2 shorts and 2 videos a day for a couple of months. And now I'm doing 3 or 4 shorts and 3 videos a day and a stream. So we're really like, we have it dialed in. And I actually think I can do 4 videos a day. I think I can do 4 videos a day, guys. I actually think I can do 4 shorts, 4 videos, and 1 stream. Right? And that's kind of like, I'm trying to level up to that. Right? Isn't that crazy? Dude, it's amazing how much you can accomplish. It's just a matter of taming my ADD. Right? My ADD gets really fucking like spazzy. And then I get on Twitter, right? And then I get on Twitter and it gets crazy. Don't overwork yourself. No, it's all right. Dude, the overworking, I don't really worry about that too much. You know what I'm saying? I don't worry too much about that. Like the overworking. It's not really a thing. I mean, I do pay attention to like my body and my mind and shit, but may need an editor. Yeah, well, so the thing is eventually there like will be an editor, but it'll probably be, I think it's probably still, a year or 2 away from being an editor. My health worries about it. Not really. My health is pretty fucking solid. You know what I'm saying? My health is pretty fucking dialed. Here in Oakland, got off work, went to stand outside so there were bodies to prevent kidnapping. It worked. Everyone went home safe. Good job, dude. Let's go, baby. Leave it to Oakland, dude. Leave it to Oaktown to fucking make sure those guys, those shitters get sent home. Good job. Thank you for your service, May Money. Appreciate it. Dude, fucking ice clowns, bro. And I mean, the fact that, I keep getting into like Homeland Security's Twitter and shit, because they're always posting this shit, right? They're always posting this shit like, oh, an undocumented person just killed someone in a car wreck or whatever. Or, you know, an undocumented criminal just committed a crime. And I'm always in their comments being like, well, maybe you should be deporting the criminals instead of the fucking gardeners and like roofers, right? You dumb shits. It's like, you can't complain about the fucking, you know, undocumented criminal when all their time and energy is spent, you know, taking like undocumented workers, right? It's like, fuck you. I thought you said you were going to deport those guys. Oh, what do you mean you can't? You don't know how to deport the criminals? You fucking dumbasses. Dude, those guys, fucking assholes, bro. Once I start rolling, I go crazy. Oh, on Twitter? Dude, once I get into a Twitter zone, dude, I can fire off. It's crazy. Guys, I can fire off, right? I can fire off like 50 like insanely sarcastic and nasty tweets in like 10 minutes, dude. I can fire them off so quick. I get into a spastic attack mode on Twitter. Just zing, zing, zing. It's crazy. I like, my thumbs are nuts. Do I use the live streaming for the videos? I do. That's what somehow, I mean, I'll be honest, guys, that adds a lot to the time it takes to edit videos. I think sometimes because I do them from a stream, I mean, it's similar to Hassan, right? Because most YouTubers, they write a script, they deliver the script, and they edit it. So they're writing, they're filming, and then the editing is pretty easy because you have this thing arranged. Whereas when you're like me and Hassan, where I don't do well reading from a script, right? I do well off the cuff and just sort of responding to the stimuli of the chat. And then I get going in that live performance mode. So I get all my energy from that. So then you sort of have to go in and you have to like remove unnecessary shit. You know what I'm saying? To hold the audience, you know? And what if you freestyle? It's different though, 𝗙𝗏, because I freestyle better when I'm in front of people, right? You know what I mean? Like that's the thing, is I'm a live performer, and I do sometimes make videos without an audience, and I do often freestyle like from notes, but my freestyling is different when the audience is there. It's like being in front of the audience that frees me up to be this perfectly spontaneous, humorous creature. I don't know what it is. It's just I become a different person when the audience is there and I'm getting their energy, right? It's like when I'm just in front of a camera, it's a freestyle, but it's just my energy and you have to sort of summon the energy. But when there's a bunch of people on the other side of the camera, I feel your energy, guys. I fucking take that shit in. It like becomes like a fuel. Yeah, it's weird. It's just the curse of the live performer, you know? You know what I mean? Tweets are fire. Let's go, bad talent. Thank you. All right. So we're going to look at some shit. Oh, Elon. Dude, did you see this Elon shit? Can I just tell you? Like, let's start with Elon, since we just watched him take a hard knock or two. But so Elon's been fucking just being a fucking goober, okay? Look at this shit, okay? Let's find him. He's been on a rant about poverty, okay? But look at this shit, okay? Dude, so dude, Elon predicts AI and robots will make work optional and end poverty. Okay, this is his thing. He was giving some fucking speech, but look at his timeline here. He says in 10 to 20 years, work will be optional due to the rise of AI. Yeah, Elon Musk, poverty expert, guys. Now, let's watch this clip and then make some comments, okay? I have some thoughts here. Oh my God, do I have some thoughts. Dude, yeah, somebody there's like another scam. Remember, this is the same guy who said we were going to have fully automated taxis by like 2018 and flying cars. Remember the flying cars? Like, oh yeah, like they can't even manage the airspace with fucking planes, right? Like they can't even keep a goddamn plane in the air with all the quality air traffic controllers, much less if the sky is just filled with cars, bro. Dude, watch this clip though. Look at him though. Dude, what the fuck, bro? Look at the hair plugs, dude. Dude, homie, like every time I see him, every time I see Elon's face, you know what I think of, guys? For whatever reason, when I see Elon's face, I just think of the word crowbar. I don't know why. I don't know why, but every time I see his face, I just think of the word crowbar. Dude, I don't know. And then all of a sudden I start thinking, yeah, I don't know. Something about that word just feels right when I see his face, dude. Crowbar. And then I start thinking about baseball and fucking, right? You see it, don't you? You can just feel the vibes. Dude, let's go. Dude, Elon is so out of touch with reality. He is indeed. Stop the stupidity. No truer words are ever said. All right, you ready? You ready? See, like right there. If I hadn't been in front of an audience, I wouldn't have thought of that moment. That moment came from you guys. Crowbar. Dude, it makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, you don't even have to say anything. You just kind of like, yeah, that's exactly it. Elon, crowbar. Oh, shit. All right, here we go. Oh, wait. I got to turn the audio on. Here we go.
And if you go out long enough, assuming there's a continued improvement in AI and robotics, which this seems likely, the money will stop being relevant at some point in the future.
Now, guys, let me just say, I want to pause right there because let's process for the fact that a guy who is trying to convince the board of his company and, Americans who are living paycheck to paycheck and can barely survive, that he alone deserves a $1 trillion valuation because of his company that's got sales are down actually, but he still thinks he deserves a $1 trillion valuation. But he's telling us how, money's just not going to be important pretty soon in the future. Don't worry about it. Oh, by the way, I'm going to quickly extract $1 trillion out of you guys before money becomes unimportant. I'm going to go ahead and extract $1 trillion. And then as soon as I take the $1 trillion out, I'll be like, all right, guys, money's no longer important. It's like, no shit, because you took it all. So we don't have any. It's hard for something to be important when you don't have any, right? Ferraris aren't important, dude, because I don't fucking have any. Dude, what the fuck, bro? All right, here we go. Dude, this guy pisses me off, bro. Crowbar. Dude, you know what's funny is he's the worst public speaker on the planet, too. This guy is like so awkward. All right, you ready? Crowbar Musk. Here we go.
And if you go out long enough, assuming there's a continued improvement in AI and robotics, which this seems likely, the money will stop being relevant at some point in the future. There will still be constraints on power, like electricity and mass. The fundamental physics elements will still be constraints, but I think at some point currency becomes irrelevant.
Jensen, any thoughts?
By the way, the NVIDIA earnings call is later today.
And by the way, since currency is relevant.
Cheers.
Elon just wants to share with you some breaking news. You are listening to share some breaking news.
Dude, how fucking awkward is this? First off, dude, look at the plugs, bro. You see the plugs? Like, you can totally see this top piece is like a chia head that has been lowered down and sewn into his fucking dome, bro. You can see the dividing line, bro, right there for his plugs. But all right, money's gonna be irrelevant. Dude, I'm not buying this. How are we gonna buy a house? How are you going to buy a car? How are the rich people gonna be able to let everybody else know that they're rich? I mean, dude, this guy, Elon predicts, Elon predicts flying cars. All right? Right? Dude, look at this. Elon teases a flying car. He hopes to unveil a prototype before the year ends of a flying car. Dude, all right, you got a month, bro. I really don't think that's happening. Okay? Right? Now he's hinting at a flying car. Right? Every fucking year he comes out with something. Okay? Flying Tesla for 2025 is a new thing. Hold on, let's say robo-taxis. Okay? Right? Dude, Elon is promoting communism now? I think he is, dude. Oh, Elon. Dude, I wonder. Oh, here we go. Here's a list of predictions for autonomous Tesla vehicles made by Elon Musk. Okay, you ready? Look at this. Check this. In 2013, okay, he said we should be able to do 90% of miles driven within 3 years. Did it happen? No, it did not. Okay. Then he said he said a Tesla car was going to be capable of autopilot, and that he did. He said Tesla will have a car that can do full autonomy in 3 years, maybe a bit sooner. It was supposed to be here in 2018. Nope. Okay, we're going to have complete autonomy in 2 years. Nope. Right? Then you'll be able to summon your car, and your car can just get to you within 2 years from your phone. Nope. Okay? Dude, it's so funny, bro. Like every year, he's just like, let me tell you what's happening. Dude, it's like the 2 weeks. Okay? But look at all these. I'm not going to go through and read them all, but look at how every single one of these is a no. Okay? Of this entire list, he's had one yes. Okay? He's had a couple of sort ofs where part of his objective was made, but every other prediction, okay, was a no, a no, a no, a no. And dude, there's got to be something. Elon's bad predictions. Dude, this guy. All right. Okay, here we go. So you ready? Let's look. Here we go, guys. We're going to go into AI mode. Oh, this is good, dude. We're going to let the AI tell us about Elon. All right. So he tweeted, first off, let's look at a group of Elon's predictions now that we know money's going to be irrelevant. He said COVID was dumb and there would be 0 new cases by the end of April. Okay. Dude, he kind of overshot that one. 0 new cases by April of 2020. We ended up with 8 million dead. All right, so he was a little off, okay? Musk predicted a manned voyage to Mars by 2024, arrive in 2025. He said this in 2016. So when Trump got elected, Elon said by 2025, we're going to be arriving on Mars. All right. He may wake up and think he's on Mars after 16 bumps of ketamine, right? But the rest of us are well aware that we're not on Mars. Okay. So that one failed. He promised 1 million self-driving robo-taxis on the road by 2020. That was not met. And in fact, there's not even a technology for a full-service robo-taxi yet. In 2013, he said the Hyperloop train would be ready in several years, and that just got completely abandoned. Dude, 𝗙𝗃, I am with you. Let's send him to Mars, dude. I will gladly, dude. I will send Elon anywhere. Mars, the porta potty, you name it. All right, and then Neuralink. He predicted as far back as 2020 that Neuralink would begin human trials for the brain chip of controlling devices. And they are like vastly delayed. All right. So, dude, it's wild, bro. But now he says money's going to be irrelevant. Okay. Will be optional. Okay. And here's what he says too. He says it's going to be because of AI and humanoid robots, chips for brains. Dude, let's go. Watch this one. You ready? Here we go. Here's why. Dude, again, focus on the chia. Okay? The chia head is great. Dude, this guy can't even hug his trans daughter. He's never getting to Mars. I mean, no offense, but if you have a trans daughter and you can't go give her a hug and like hang out and you know, hear about her day, you're not making it to Mars, okay? And his daughter's cool, man. Vivian's amazing, bro. And it's like, dude, you can't even talk to your trans daughter and give her a hug and hear about her day. You're never making it to Mars, bro. Seriously, you're not. All you're going to be good at is extracting wealth and being a fucking dink, okay? You don't have what it takes for interplanetary travel.
But AI and humanoid robots will actually eliminate poverty. And Tesla won't be the only one that makes them. I think Tesla will pioneer this, but there will be many other companies that make humanoid robots. But there is only basically one way to make everyone wealthy, and that is AI and robotics.
And we can't talk about robotics without AI.
To make everyone wealthy, but how's he figure? You notice he doesn't tell us how we're going to get wealthy, but can I just tell you guys? You ready? Let me float something by here for you, okay? About how, check this out, right? Think about this. Think about this, guys. Right now, poverty only exists because there's a bunch of people that have money and sort of have money. So you have like the wealthy, you have these people in the middle, and then you have poverty. But if 100 people have all the resources and everybody else has nothing, there's no poverty, right? Because now poverty is just everybody. And I'm pretty sure that is what he means. They're right. Everybody's going to be wealthy because they're going to call poverty wealthy, right? You know, poverty becomes the new wealthy. Dude, it is so dumb, bro. It is so stupid. And I posted something though. You want to see what my take is on it, guys? And I'm telling you right now, the take I am about to show you, I am not wrong, okay? Because I feel like the word poverty is misused, guys, okay? We have these like thresholds for poverty, but I'm redefining poverty right now. Right now, and I am right. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what data points say. It's right here, guys. It's right here, dude. Every single person living paycheck to paycheck is living in poverty. And that's a fact, okay? If you are living paycheck to paycheck, right? If you're living paycheck to paycheck where you miss a paycheck and your life starts to fucking fall apart, you are living in fucking poverty. That's it. Everybody. It's not like people who are living on 10 grand a year or eating out of a fucking garbage can. if you are living paycheck to paycheck and you're surviving via debt, via credit cards, you're in poverty, you know, and that's factual. Okay. That's like most everybody, because this idea that if you're living to paycheck to paycheck, that you're like doing well, you are not. Okay. You are not. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you are not. You are giving up shit. You are, you know, when the car breaks down, you have to use the credit card. When the fucking, right? You know what I'm saying? You don't get to take vacations. You don't get to do shit. Okay? And so we need to redefine fucking poverty, because the current description of poverty is like people who make, you know, 12 grand a year, which is ridiculous. If you make 12 grand a year, you're either A, you're living on nothing, or B, if you're making 12 grand a year, you're like selling drugs or engaging in some, you know, you're a bartender or a waiter, you're getting cash tips. Like, nobody is living on 12 grand a year. You know what I'm saying? Unless they're 70 years old and they're living in a fucking apartment paid for by the government. Man, right, on disability or something. Yeah, dude, see, though, personally, I am tired of having, like, wealthy pricks tell me about, you know, about, like, what I need to do to, like, get out of my low finance situation. You know what I mean? I mean, you notice it's always some guy who controls, like, $20 billion worth of wealth, or $200 billion worth of wealth, who comes in and says, you know, you got to stop being so wasteful. And it's like, fuck you, bro. If you can be wasteful, I can be wasteful, right? I'm allowed to have Netflix. I'm allowed to go have a nice meal. I'm allowed to fucking get some Starbucks or buy a pair of fucking Nikes, or, right? Like, why should I work hard. Why should I, just because I don't have $200 billion, why should I have to sit around and eat shit on a shingle and fucking play with an abacus? You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a fucking break. Some people aren't born into family wealth. You know, eat the rich. I believe that is the accurate fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what they do, guys? You know what these rich pricks do? They sit there and they hoard all this wealth that they extract out of people with real estate or with exploiting workers and shit. And then they turn around and say, the reason you're poor is because you're not working hard enough. You're not managing your money right. And it's like, fuck you, bro. You know, if you looked at it, I bet a lot of the poor people manage their money better than the rich people do. The rich people waste a ton of money. They just have the luxury of being able to waste it. Dan Skull, F. Elon, and the felon, yes. You know? Dude, there's such bullshit. And now, as long as we're on the subject of this, can we segue quick into this thing? Because there's something else. Randy Fine, you know Randy Fine? I like to call him Pork Rinds, right? Randy Fine from Florida. He's that crazy Zionist dude who won the special election. We all deserve the house and car of our dreams. Absolutely. So Randy Fine said something. We don't need their permission to exist. We do not, Tony. Fuck these guys. Let's go. But so, dude, Pork Rinds had a little something to say today. Guys, watch this, okay? This is crazy. Oh. Dude, the AI videos are fucking terrible. But look at this. Hold on. We got to get in here, dude. Where is it? It is... Where's he at? Huh. Oh, I guess, did I just reply to it? I thought I tweeted it. Hold on. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, so watch this, okay? This is related. But watch this, guys. You ready? Watch. Here we go.
So number one, illegal immigrants undercut the wages of American workers. Number two, they don't pay taxes. Again, they are off the books. And then number three, they cost a fortune. When an illegal immigrant goes to the hospital, we pay for it because they can't have health insurance. When an illegal immigrant sends their child to school, we pay for it because they're not paying those taxes. And when an illegal immigrant drives a car, for example, in my state of Florida, and they cause an accident, that causes expenses to Americans who have higher auto insurance rates because they effectively have to pay for the insurance of those illegals.
Okay, so now this guy just blamed everything, every problem in America on undocumented people. Did Trumpy sign the bill yet? Yes, he did, Shiz. He did. With no fanfare. But let me debunk here for a sec, okay? Because we know he's full of shit. We know that these capitalists just keep jacking up prices. And it's not even like there's you know, an inordinate number of undocumented people getting in these car wrecks or some shit. I mean, if there was, we hear about every single one, okay? It's like a couple a year. But I did a little research, guys. And you know what I found, guys? Look at what I found, boss. You ready? Look at what I found. As of 2025 data, the states with the highest wages, okay, were Massachusetts, Washington, and California, okay? And the irony is Massachusetts, Washington, and California all have very, like, well cared for undocumented populations. So, in fact, the states that allow undocumented people and the states that collect taxes from them and that, you know, provide them with health insurance or the ability to get health benefits in some way, shape, or form through like either purchasing of insurance, or some states like here in Oregon and California, if you're undocumented, you can get government funded, subsidized health insurance if you're low income. But those states have higher wages. And the same here in Oregon. In Oregon, we have undocumented people. We have a fair share of them here. We provide them with health care. Dude, we had higher wages when I moved here. Minimum wage here was nearly $3 more than it was in California at the time. And there were undocumented people here. The states that take care of their undocumented people and that permit them to exist and thrive actually have higher wages. Okay? So what he's saying is full of shit. He's saying it's completely full of shit. All right? And yes, they pay taxes on work. They pay taxes on sales tax or like local taxes, gas taxes, et cetera, et cetera. So it's just really interesting, right? Thought they said the ACA was giving undocumented people insurance. They need to get their lies right. Yes. I mean, you'll notice that Randy Fine on one hand said, oh, they uninsured and they go to the hospital. But then, you know, a couple days later, he'll be saying they're the ones causing your Obamacare premiums to go up, right? Dude, it's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. This whole thing is fucking lies, boss. All right? It's lies, bro. Dude. Yeah. It's lies. Dude. It's such fucking bullshit, bro. It is bullshit, dude. Dude. Undocumented people pay so much in taxes, dude. Quiet. Dude, is everybody having a good time? Oh, shit, dude. Dude, these piggy memes are going to be the end of me, bro. Oh, fuck, dude. Dude, yeah, they pay a lot of taxes. They pay a lot of taxes. And you know, the other thing too is they're also spending money in the fucking economy and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They do. They're so fucking participatory, boss. All right. Fucking crazy, bro. Oh shit, look at this. Dude, there was a Fox News poll. Oh, you ready? Dude. Oh my God, dude. The newest, while we're on the subject of the economy, dude, we're going to shift gears real quick. Thank you, Elon, for being a fucking pig. We appreciate you. But look at this shit, dude. Fox News poll on Trump's economy. Helped, hurt, or no difference. Okay, so Biden, there was 17% said they helped. All right, have you personally been helped or hurt by the economic policies, or have they not made much of a difference? So Biden, 17% said they were helped, 47% said they were hurt, 35% no difference. Trump, 15% said they helped, 46% hurt, 39% no difference. Dude, he can't even get as much positive as Biden. Bro, dude, I bet Trumpy blew his stack when he saw this, dude. Dude, Bubba got a visit, bro. It was like, Bubba, you in there? I need some relief. Bubba, I'm feeling stressed out. They don't like my economic plan, Bubba. Oh, Bubba, can I come in there? Dude, Jover. Oh, shit, bro. Oh, my God, dude. Voters say White House is doing more harm than good. Look at this. This is a Fox News poll by the numbers, dude. You ready? A new Fox News poll shows most voters believe the White House is doing more harm than good on the economy. 76% of those polled view conditions negatively, and 58% of voters disapprove of the job Trump is doing. A 4-point rise from 2 months ago. The government shutdown also dragged down ratings for both parties, especially Minority Leader Schumer. Right? Dude, look at that. 76%. Dude, oh shit. Fox News, dude. This is the real deal, guys. Right? Dude, Fox is fucking him up, bro. Oh my God, dude. That is brutal. Dude, that is brutal. Here, let's see it. You ready? Dude, look at his approval rating, dude. 38%. Dude, guys, he's like 10 months in. Remember how happy everyone was when he got elected? All his people, there was like a mandate. They were saying, I mean, there wasn't a mandate. Booty, how come your name Martine is no longer visible? Yeah, because it does the fucking... It does the handles now. I don't know why YouTube does the handles, but it's good to know you're Martine. So now I'll use your name even though it says booty, right? If it shows your handle and you got a name change, just let me know the name. I was a bartender for, more than a decade. I'm really good at remembering names, so I got you. But like, dude, look at that approval rating. Guys, there are some venereal diseases that have a higher approval rating than Donald Trump has right now, bro. Dude, I'm serious, boss. Like, holy shit. Dude, remember though, it was 1 year ago, they get the election. They're so happy. They're like, oh my God, you got it, Martine. They're so happy. They're like, oh my God, we got a mandate. We're so popular. Oh, Trumpy's got a mandate. Oh, we're the kings. Right? They were so like, we saved the world. Dude, now his approval rating is not even his own voters, bro. He doesn't even have his own voters. Like, everybody hates this guy. It's sort of like it's like, dude, they're going up to voters and saying, would you rather have Donald Trump or herpes? And they're like, I'll take the herpes. Dude, what the fuck, bro?
President Trump's approval rating falling to 38%. That is the lowest it's been in his second term. People are unhappy with Trump's handling of consumer prices and, yes, the Epstein files. Kim Strassel joining us this morning. Does this mean Trump's affordability messaging isn't working yet?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right, Stuart. And this is a huge wake-up call for Republicans. And if you actually look at Trump's approval rating, it actually has been sliding for a while. And I think what happened here is voters had a lot of optimism that he really was going to turn around the economy. And they've given him, you know, 9 months now, and they've been waiting. But suddenly they've been looking around, and things really haven't improved to the degree that they thought they would on cost of living. Yeah, I mean, gas prices down in some areas of the country. There are some glimmers of good news here and there. But overall, he's not performed, and that's what the polls are saying. He's not lived up to people's expectations. So Republicans, they got a lot of work to do in a short period of time before the midterms.
Well, here's one of the big problems. All right, check Discord. All right, got you. Let's go. Oh, dude. Dude, I love that. Oh, shit, bro. Dude, my kid just sent me a meme of Geno Smith getting punched in the face, bro. Dude, that is beautiful. Let's go. How'd the move go? How'd the move go? I'm gonna send you a message real quick in Discord. Let's go. Dude. Let's go, dude. Did you get your records? Dude, they have furniture now. Dude, I'm calling you. I'm gonna like FaceTime. Oh, let's go. Dude, is that a deli? Oh shit, bros. Dude, there's a shaggy sandwich. Dude, that looks amazing. Is it good? Sorry, I'm fucking messaging my kid here. Oh shit. Dude, I want delis like so bad. I'm so jealous. My son is living in New York City and I am so fucking jealous, bro. I am. It's Utah Jazz time. All right, dude, fuck it. Utah Jazz, do it. I have some good friends in Utah. Let's go, dude. Dude, I love me some Mormons. I do, man. Dude. So did Charlie. Oh, brutal. Dude, brutal. Studio apartment? Yeah. I mean, here, can I show them a picture of your apartment? Can I do that, Bryce? Can I show them a photo of your apartment? Of the inside? I'll just fucking, right? I'll show them. Yeah, no address. Exactly. Yeah. No. I'm going to find it here. Hold on. I'm going to switch to big camera real quick. Give me 1 sec and I'm going to show you. going to show you the inside. Dude, this is going to be worth it. Trust. All right, there we go. Dude, let's go. Dude, justice for Bubba, wild card, whoever Bubba is. Let's go. Dude, and again, wild card. Fucking multiple times. Let's go. Dude, appreciate you, boss. Let's go. All right, so here's the apartment. You ready? Here's Bryce's apartment. So there it is. That's it. It's like it's got like 12-foot ceilings and hardwood floors, and the windows are right out on the street. Okay, so they come in the front door and then right there, and then there's this cool little archway here that's like carved in, and then the person taking the photo is in the kitchen. And so there's like a kitchen and then the bathroom behind it. And it's got a little built-in. It's fucking nice, bro. The ceilings are crazy, dude. The ceilings are crazy. Isn't that amazing? Dude, I love it. Well, let's go. Dude, for the dance party, let's go. Let's fucking get it. Oh. Could fit a horse in there? You could. You could fit like several horses in there, boss. Right? Thought your place was small? Dude, yeah, no, that's actually like when I had him like walk it and like mark the number of steps, it's actually not that small, right? It's actually not that, I mean, it's small, but it's not like that much smaller than the apartment I had in LA. You know what I'm saying? I like the high ceilings. You get an apartment, but you have to watch Geno Smith. Dude, Geno Smith is terrible, bro. Dude, the Raiders are terrible. When am I going to visit? I'm going to go visit in the springtime, right? We're going to go visit probably around March, right? We were thinking about going for Christmas, but like they're just sort of getting established and they already had a whole bunch of visitors. So we're going to wait until they've had time to like get jobs, get established, get their shit, you know, sort of sorted out and give them time to sort of like get their thing together. And then I think we're going to go like in March, somewhere around that. They found it on Street Easy. Street Easy is the one that everybody uses in New York City. Right? Yeah, no, I look at a guy who does apartments I follow a guy on Instagram too. A guy who does the videos, a listings guy. I don't know the guy that I do something like New York City apartments or some shit, but I like it. I want to live in New York City. I've always wanted to live in New York City. I've just never, you know, when I was 20, when I was Bryce's age, I was not that bold. Not even close, bro. Saw some on YouTube, $500 studios. Yeah, no, there's crazy. The tiny ones are crazy. You know, the tiny ones are crazy. All right. Yeah, you're in an apartment like that, high ceilings, let's go. Yeah, the high ceilings is the nice part. That, to me, that really, when I saw that, I was like, holy shit. There's two things that I love about Bryce's. I mean, there's like the things that I like about it is obviously the high ceilings adds a mood, right? The other thing, though, I think one of my favorite things for them is that they're on the street. Right? Like when your front window is on the street, so it's like living in a house. You know what I mean? When you're in an apartment where you're like inside down the hall, your windows look out and just see another building and it feels like an apartment. You have neighbors on every side. But when your windows face the street level, and your windows are right out on the street, it's like living in a house. And every time I rented an apartment, I would try to rent those apartments because I always liked that feeling. Like in LA, I lived in one, same, just like Bryce. His is like the front door, the front one on the left. Mine was the front one on the left, where people wouldn't even ring my buzzer. They would just walk up to the windows and be like, yo, Soul Driver, what's up? They would fucking bang on the window or fucking put their face on the screen. I mean, I had to be careful what I was doing with the fucking windows open. But, dude, it was amazing. It was amazing. Let's go. Dude, I'm so excited for them, though. I can't wait to come visit. I can't wait to come visit, boss. Brooklyn doorbell. Let's go. Peep show. Always. Always, always, always. You had floor level. Nice. Dude, all right, so visiting the Trump thing here, one thing I want to return to the Trump thing for a second and say, like, here's part of the reason why Trump is fucked, okay? Can I just tell you? I mean, obviously, part of the reason why Trump is fucked is because of the tariffs and the fact that he doesn't know what he's fucking doing, okay? He doesn't. He has no idea what he's doing. He is just his economic plan for his whole life has been to just cause bankruptcy, right? That's what he does. He wastes money and causes bankruptcy. But I think the real problem, isn't even his bad policies. You know what the real problem is, guys? The real problem is he lied so much. He like got people so full of expectations. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like that was his campaign, was like, I'm going to lower prices on day one. I'm going to get rid of inflation. I'm going to lower your rent. Your energy bills are going to get cut in half. The price of everything's going to go down. Interest rates are going to go to 2%. Right? Gas will be $1.50 a gallon. Like he literally just promised the world and then he delivered like tariffs. Right? New theory. Trump resigns and Vance pardons him for everything. Oh, maybe. But they would get him on state crimes, guys. Don't worry. No matter what happens with Trump, there's state crimes to be found, people. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Trump has immunity, no pardon needed. Maybe state crimes. But yeah, dude, he promised way too much. Okay? He did. He promised the world, and now it's like he's living with the abject failure. Abject failure, you know what I'm saying? Like he promised the fucking world. Your daughter just got an apartment in Northwest PDX. Top floor can see Mount Hood and the bridges. Nice. Dude, let's go. We used to live in a house on Mount Tabor that had a view of Mount Hood. It was pretty gorgeous. Like floor to ceiling windows. It's pretty good. Yeah, dude, he made way too many promises, like completely unrealistic promises. And you know, right? Way too many, dude. Dude, he should be in jail. Dude, how did we fucking elect this guy? What are we doing, guys? Like, we're idiots. We're idiots. But dude, he's not going to be happy about that. Dude, this is funny too. 76%, right, said the economy's in the shitter. And like, dude, you can't get 76% of people, right? Dude, 76%, according to Fox, 76% of the people say the economy sucks. And like, dude, you can't get 76% of America to agree on anything, bro. Except that Trump is a shitter. Loft on Bleecker. Oh, shit, dude. Let's go, baby. Dude, Trump is such a fucking disaster, boss. He is, dude. He is such a disaster. What a dumpster fire, bro. Oh, my God. Dude, look at this. This fucking bothers me. Look at this shit. You see this? I've started seeing this now every day where it says on the For You in the trending, it says trending in Charlie Kirk. We are Charlie Kirk. And you're like, what does that mean? It means that Elon Musk has created a category in fucking Twitter called Charlie Kirk. Okay? So what happens is there's like business and finance, there's sports, there's politics, there's entertainment. He's created a category called Charlie Kirk. So what happens is all of those right-wing shitfluencers just have to post every day about Charlie Kirk, and then a trend will show up, right? He's made it so every day there can be some Charlie Kirk trend in everybody's trending feed. It's the dumbest shit you've ever seen. Like, they literally think, guys, he is a genre. Yeah, I think they think that this is somehow going to, like, help them voter-wise. Like, if they just keep Charlie Kirk everywhere, it's going to, like, keep the flame burning, and everyone's going to start voting for Republicans. I think it's going to have the opposite effect, guys. I think what's going to happen is people are, as time goes on, they're going to be like, yo, bro, why are you still inundating me with Charlie Kirk? Like, the guy's been dead for, 2 years, and you're still, like, shoving Charlie Kirk down my throat. Dude, it's like, isn't that funny? Dude, it is literally, you know how, like, if you had pronouns in your bio, or if you were nice to a trans person, they would say, you're shoving it down our throat, right? Oh, there's a gay kiss in the movie. You're shoving it down our throat. They would accuse us. Like, you put a pride flag on your business. Why do you do it? You want to let the LGBTQ know they're safe there. That's why you do it. You're not even advertising. You're just letting them know it's safe. Safe zone, right? And they're like, oh my God, you're shoving it down my throat. You have a flag on your building. You're shoving it down my throat. But like, homie, I literally can't go 2 feet online without having like Charlie Kirk shoved up my fucking bunghole, dude. Dude, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I literally hear about him more now than I did when he was alive. And if you look at it though, dude, if you look at this, like, can I just show you? Right? Let me just show you. If you look at the reality, look at this. Right? This is Charlie Kirk in the last 12 months, bro. Look at that, dude. Right? Like, nothing, bro. It's like, there was literally nothing about this guy. He was at a less than a 1, right? Then he boomed up, right? For the month of September, right around the time he got fucking killed. And a week later, it was down 75%. And a week after that, it was down 97%. And now it's back to, it's at a 1, bro. Dude, like, this shit is over, bro. You know? I mean, seriously, the shit is so over. It's Jover. You know what I'm saying? It is Jover, boss. But every day we see trending in Charlie Kirk. We are Charlie Kirk. Dude, what are we doing, bro? Oh my God. Dude, and it's just a bunch of bot accounts, dude. We are Charlie Kirk, 3.6K members. Dude. Dude, oh shit, bro. Oh my God, dude. I just can't. I'm sorry, I can't, boss. It is like the fact that they created a fucking category, bro. He is now a genre. Oh, this one's interesting. Game over? Dude, that's interesting. Now that's more what I'm talking about, bro. That's a trend I can get into, right? Game over. All right? Oh, shit. Dude, you know what I haven't noticed, though, guys? One thing I've noticed, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but one thing I have noticed is there's like 𝗙𝗏𝗡𝗆 handjob is not trending. Okay, have you noticed that? That 𝗙𝗏𝗡𝗆 handjob is not trending. Charlie Kirk hasn't said anything racist in 10 weeks. He has not, Battlefield. That is true. Dude, 𝗙𝗏𝗡𝗆 handjob has not been trending. All right. So, dude, let's watch Pam Bondi, shall we? I feel like we gotta watch Spam Bondi. Dude, this presser. Can I just share with you this fucking presser? Holy shit, boss. Okay? There's a couple of things we should watch here, but look at this presser, dude. You ready? Watch this. Watch this. This is amazing. So there's a couple of things I want you to watch here, guys. All right. First off, we're going to watch it probably twice. But one time I want you to watch her. Okay? And I want you to watch her reaction to a very simple question. Okay? These are not hardball questions here. This is a simple question, because one of the problems with Pam Bondi and Donald Trump's little reopening of the investigation, guys, one of the problems is there's a little wrinkle that they're trying to overcome, which is this tiny little wrinkle right here. Okay? And this wrinkle is a statement that was issued back in July of 2025 when the Trump administration officially closed the case. Because for the record, Joe Biden or Merrick Garland, they couldn't release any of the Epstein files because they opened a case against Ghislaine Maxwell. They took it to trial. They won a conviction. They put her in prison. And then she began appealing. So it was an open investigation, a major one. So all of that information was off limits. Donald Trump went in with the promise of releasing it. Then he changed his tune after he found himself in it. And then what happened was in July of 2025, they closed the case. Trump did. They officially declared it a closed case. We're done. We're not investigating this. We're not keeping it open. And they issued a statement that said there was no evidence that could make an investigation against any uncharged third party. So they said, we looked through all this shit. We looked at every uncharged third party and there wasn't enough evidence for an investigation. Case closed. Then the fervor hit and the wave came and the demand for this, and the women stepped up, and Massey and Ro Khanna and everything that, all hell broke loose. And now they're sort of regretting, oh shit, what are we going to do? But they're haunted by this little declaration. Okay. So now Pam, they're like, why'd they change your heart, Pammy? You get hopped up on Ozempic and all of a sudden you're like, oh, Trumpy, oh, let's go back in there. All right. So, and then when we watch it again, though, you got to look at 𝗙cie Patel, dude. You got to watch his mannerisms, bro. This shit is hilarious. Here we go.
New investigation by the Southern District of New York U.S. Attorney prevent the department from releasing all of the remaining files?
So we have released over 33,000 Epstein documents to the Hill, and we'll continue to follow the law and to have maximum transparency. Also, we will always encourage all victims to come forward.
The next steps, Madam Attorney General, for the DOJ regarding what we assume President Trump will sign into law with the Epstein files? Is this going to be on the Justice Department website? What are you doing here over the next 30 days as we understand it?
We will continue to follow the law with maximum transparency while protecting victims.
They don't care about
When
victims.
you say follow the law, Madam Attorney General, do you mean that you will provide all the files by 30 days?
We will follow the law. The law passed both chambers last evening. It has not yet been signed, but we will continue to follow the law, again, while protecting victims, but also providing maximum transparency.
Yeah. Dude, you notice that, like, she's not saying anything. Every single question is like, we will follow the law and protecting the victims with maximum transparency. What did you have for lunch, Pam Bondi? We will follow the law, protecting the victims with maximum transparency. Dude, that's not what I asked you, Pam Bondi. We will follow the law. Dude, she memorized 3 lines, guys. She's a U5, bro. Oh my God. Dude, when you're an actor, there are these roles called U5, where if you have under 5 lines, it's a U5 and, you know, you make way less money. Dude, she's a U5. The Attorney General is now a U5 role. Holy shit.
Madam Attorney General, the DOJ statement earlier this year saying that the files would not release mentioned the fact that the review of the documents and the evidence did not suggest that any additional investigation of third parties was warranted. What changed since then that you launched this investigation?
Information that has come for information. There's information that new information, additional information, and again, we will continue to follow the law, to investigate any leads. If there are any victims, we encourage all victims to come forward, and we will continue to provide maximum transparency under the law.
Dude, information in new information. Dude, we got to go back. Watch 𝗙𝗍𝗆 though during that. Watch his face. Like, during this thing, dude, he looks like somebody put a gun in his back right there.
Protecting victims.
Madam Attorney General, the DOJ
Watch
statement earlier this year saying that the files would not release mentioned the fact that the review of the documents and the evidence did not suggest that any additional investigation of third parties was warranted. What changed since then that you launched this investigation?
Information that has come for information. There's information that new information, additional information, and again, we will continue to follow the law, to investigate any leads. If there are any victims, we encourage all victims to come forward, and we will continue to provide maximum transparency under the law.
Wedding, Madam.
Dude, he's crossing.
Wedding. You mentioned. Madam Attorney General.
Oh, and then he puts his arms down. Dude, oh my God, bro. Dude, that was insane. Oh shit. Dude, yeah, dude, and Todd Blanche over here always looks like he's taking a shit, dude. Dude, Todd Blanche always looks like he's like trying to fucking squeeze. You know, he's been constipated. He hasn't had any fiber in like 11 months, bro. And he's just like, I'm gonna get it this time, I swear. Right? He's like shitting concrete nuggets. Something. Look at him, dude. He is so focused on the rectal area. Oh, Lord.
Maximum transparent.
What changed for launch this investigation?
Information that has come for information. There's information that new information, additional information, and again, we will continue to follow the law, to
information that has come forward. There's new information, additional information. There's never seen before information. I don't know what that information is, but somebody knows about the information. Somebody out there, please. Information. I am a robot. Yes, Angel. Let's go. All right, guys. Dude, 5 more, baby. And we got our fucking dance party, boss. How much time we got left? Oh, shit. Dude, it says the timer ended. Goddamn, bro. Dude, we fucked up. Dude, the timer ended. What are we doing, bro? All right. Dude, what are we doing? We fucking got jacked. All right. I thought the time was still going. I set it for an hour. I didn't see the timer end. Fuck, bro. All right. So we need 5 more. All right. Dude, what are we doing, boss? All right. We're going to do one for 5. We're going to do a 5 goal. All right. There we go. Can we do a 5 goal? Yes, 5. There we go. All right. We're doing a 5 goal. Fucking 15 minutes. This is it. We're getting it. Let's go. There it is. There it is. Now it's time. Let's get that dance, boss. All right, here we go. But holy shit. All right, let's see the last question.
Investigate any leads. If there are any victims, we encourage all victims to come forward, and we will continue to provide maximum transparency under the law.
See, here's the problem, though, guys, that they face. Can I just show you something? Because there is a problem with Pam Bondi's little story here about information, new information, and it's a Jamie Raskin letter, okay? So look at this, because here's what happened. There was a letter. Dude, Breckos, let's go, baby! So look at this. Let me see if I can find it. Right here, okay? Dude, so there's a letter that was sent, okay? And by Jamie Raskin to Pam Bondi. And this is going to be a real problem for Pam Bondi because the SDNY, that was where 𝗫𝗀𝗽𝗓 was working. She was the one who prosecuted Ghislaine Maxwell. Rock! Let's go, baby! Stop the stupidity! Let's go! Dude, crawling wind, let's go! Appreciate you, boss. Dude, we're fucking piling through this cash. Be like, which way did they go? Which way did they go? So here's the problem, guys. With the Jamie... Angel! Did I cover Comey? Let's go. I have not covered Comey. James, that's a fucking disaster. So, the problem, guys, is that there was an open investigation continuing in SDNY. All right, in 𝗫𝗀𝗽's office, they had it. It was ongoing, even though Ghislaine Maxwell had been put in prison. There was a continuing investigation that was still following up all this other shit. Right? Dude, stop the stupidity. Let's go. Brought us across finish line. Oh, there it is. All right, dance party met. So, but here's the problem. The problem is that Donald Trump and Pam Bondi, they stopped the investigation. Okay? In January of 2025, they stopped investigating. They ended the open investigation. The minute he went into office, they shut it down. And then they went and looked at everything they had for 5 months, and then they closed the case and said there's nobody to prosecute. So there is no new information, okay? This investigation never got reopened. The president was running around saying it was a hoax, that these things didn't even exist. Pam Bondi said, there's not even any files. There's not a list. There's nobody. There's just 10,000 videos of Jeffrey Epstein with children. Okay? So now they have a problem, though, because Jamie Raskin is like, yo, you guys actually shut down the investigation. So you know what they're asking for now? Because remember, Jamie Raskin is an attorney, okay? He's a lawyer, and he's a damn good one. Pam Bondi is not a good lawyer. She is just a crime coverer and somebody who will go out there and be an idiot publicly and be fine with that as long as she's doing your bidding. But here's the problem they have is there is evidence, a paper trail of them shutting down the investigation. And there is a paper trail of them closing the case, okay, in July, along with that declaration, that lovely declaration that we look at right here. But you know what there probably isn't a paper trail for, guys? There probably isn't a paper trail for when they reopened this investigation and found all this new additional information. And so Jamie Raskin is saying, yo, guys, you shut down this investigation. Can we go ahead and see where you opened it up? Right? And I'm sure every lawyer on the planet that's involved in this is going to be like, yeah, let's see where you opened this thing up again. And let's see who was working on it. Like show your work, essentially. Dude, Trump, Bondi, Cash, all the MF on the list are fucked. That's indeed crash. Let's go. Dude, there it is. Yeah, no, we got the dance party, boss. We will be dancing shortly. Yeah, dude, this is pretty wild. And they did indeed, as you saw with Mike Johnson yesterday, they did indeed think this was going to be passed back. But they do have a little problem on their hands because, Pammy Bondi's got a real problem because she has been telling a lot of lies. Okay, she has. She's been telling a lot of lies, guys.
Wedding, Madam General. On Ryan Wedding, you mentioned...
Madam Attorney General, the issue with the new information that you just indicated, is the department seeking information perhaps from the Epstein estate because Mr. Blanche did not have that information when he interviewed Ghislaine Maxwell? What new information? And would you limit the new investigation to just those named persons that the president talked about, or is this a broad, open-ended investigation?
I would refer to the Deputy Attorney General's post that he put out on X, and we're not going to say anything else on that because now it is a pending investigation.
All right, yeah, let's see what Todd Blanche said on Twitter here. Dude, the Deputy Attorney General. Dude, the deputy fucking dipshit, bro. What did he say here? All right, he, stop the squeal, piggy, B&B. Let's go, James. Let's go, baby. Oh! Dude, I don't even see his post, right? What is his post? His post? There's something about a drug trafficker. There's a smuggling event, a Youngstown man, right? And... dude, she said Todd Blanche's post. He hasn't even posted about this. Like, right? Dude, what is she even talking about? There is no post. Dude, we're looking at his account. You know, I mean, is it on his personal account? Maybe? Does he have a personal account? Scam Bondi? I don't think he does. Yeah. Dude, what the fuck is going on, bro? And then she fucking passes it off. Dude, he hasn't even tweeted. Dude, this shit is some horse shit, bro. Dude, I'm sorry, bro. There is something about her face that, like, it just bothers me. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys experience that? I look at Pam Bondi's face and it just fucking bothers me, bro. It is just like so craven. I look at her and she looks like one of those dolls in like a horror movie or something that you know, if I turn my back to the photo, she's going to like reach a hand out and like stick something in one of my orifices or something, dude. There is something about her that is just craven and devoid of humanity. You know, it's really, I can't really put a finger on it. It's like the shape of her eyes and the way her eyebrows and her face sort of like coil to a point. There's something about her that just looks, you know, untrustworthy, right? Smug. There's definitely like smugness, but there's like a brutality and an emptiness that she has. You know what I'm saying? There's a brutality to her that when I see her, that I feel like there's like 0% a compassion in her. You know, she always wears a cross, but you know how you think about people who wear crosses who would see a homeless person and be like, oh, I want to feed you. Are you okay? Can I help you? Can I keep you warm? Can I go get you a blanket or something? And I look at her that like she would see a homeless person and she would have some people drag him and like throw him in a wood chipper or something. And then she would like position her cross after the guy stopped screaming. You know, that's literally the kind of vibe I get from her that is like, Jesus, just Jesus Christ, bro. You know? I can see her like adjusting her cross while you just hear the horrific screams of a human being being inserted into a wood chipper in the background. Dude, like a Fargo type thing, you know? And it's like, God damn, bro. That is fucked up, dude. Soulless. Yeah, no soul, no humanity. Oh, fuck, bro. It is pretty ruthless. All right. So what else we got? What else we got? I know we're a little light on the shit. Oh, so we got some JRE clips. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Dude, we got Rogan chiming in on Epstein. We got Rogan chiming in on Epstein. Rogan and Theo Von. All right, guys. I am going to, right now, I'm going to say this. Before we get into this, guys, I would like to say that if you need to do something to get centered, if you need to do something to attach yourself firmly to reality, we are about to enter the stupid zone, okay? Right? We're about to enter two males fucking like playing tug of war with a single brain cell publicly. Dude, Epstein is alive, bro. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Dude, these guys are fucking dense, bro. Oh, my God. Can I just tell you? Dude, the Joker's sister, Pam Bondi, that's a good one. It's a good one. But yeah, no, we are about to enter the zone of ridiculousness. Dude, I gotta be honest. There are like few people. There are few people that I think are like, I think Theo Von is literally the biggest moron. Like, he's even dumber than Rogan. He is, dude. Theo Von is like, I just look at him and I'm like, bro, who watches this shit? You know? Like, I honestly watch him and think, like, who is watching this? Right? Thomas Massey said if they don't release the files, he will stand up and read all the predator names in the chamber. Oh, let's go. Dude, that would be interesting, guys. If Massey did that, let's go, Redbone. I like that. Dude, they could get away with that. Because can I just dispel something here? Okay, because I post a lot on the internet and I keep seeing these idiots. If you're MAGA and you're an idiot and you're watching me, I keep seeing people on the internet. Okay, I keep seeing people on the internet who say, why don't the girls name the names? But like, guys, systemically, the girls can't, okay? The girls cannot. If the Department of Justice, if the police, if an agency releases the information, once that happens, the girls can talk about it. But until an agency or a criminal thing gets released officially, if the girls talk about it, they will get sued automatically. And since these guys are the wealthiest and most powerful people in the world, they have endless lawyers on retainer. They can just pummel these ladies and destroy them. Okay? It's a fucked up systemic thing that protects the wealthy. Now, see, you could read it though on the House floor. Massey has protection. If you're speaking on the floor of Congress, you can say whatever you want and they can't do anything to you. They can't touch you legally. This is why, you know, Nancy Mace went onto the floor of the House and started saying shit about her ex. And her ex is now getting a restraining order because there's immunity on the House floor. But for regular people, if you get raped by Bill Gates and you say Bill Gates raped me publicly, he's going to fucking sue you and he's going to bury you and he's going to keep you in court and take all your money and financially ruin you. And without a criminal conviction or without the police or an agency confirming, yeah, we have information that makes it look like Bill raped her, that girl's ruined, okay? It's like systemically, the wealthy can fucking pummel you with lawsuits. It sucks, okay? This is why women are so, need the right to abortion so badly, because if there's no abortion right, potentially any rich guy on the planet could just rape her, get away with it, and then fucking force her to deliver his baby, you know? Dude, what the fuck, man? Nobody wants to live in a world like that. What kind of women want to live in a world where they know that a wealthy guy can just, whatever, take it from you, force you to deliver his baby, and there's nothing you can do? You can get sued. Like, please, man. All right. But we will, though, guys. We will, after this, we're going to watch a Robert Garcia clip. There is a Robert Garcia clip where he talks about the strategy, okay? Because I don't want to give too much away, but what I will say this is we know they passed the Epstein Act, okay, that says you got to release the files. Okay, you ready? You ready for the loophole? Maybe we do the loophole first before JRE. Let's do the loophole first because this is important, guys. All right, we're going to finish this up. But so Robert Garcia here is delivering the kill shot, okay? He is delivering the kill shot. You know why, guys? Here's why. Here's why Pam Bondi's shit's not going to work. Because I was wondering, oh, what are they going to do? They're going to tie it up with investigations. But you ready? Here's the thing. Under the law, Pam Bondi and Donald Trump are saying, hey, we've opened an investigation, so they're going to hide shit. And legally, they can't release any of this shit to the public because it's right, because the law says they can't release anything that hinders an open investigation. But you know what the workaround is? It's congressional subpoena power, okay? Congress does not have a law like that. Congress can subpoena every file that is currently under investigation, and they can look at it, okay? They may not be able to release it to the public, but they can look at it, and then they can know what they need to go after. So that is the fucking workaround, is they're going to get access because they can subpoena everything, and Pam Bondi can't say, well, it's under investigation, we can't give it to you. No, if they subpoena it, she has to give it, period. And so they're going to go after the photos, guys. We all know that this is about the Michael Wolff photos, okay? We know it's about the photos. But yeah, watch him right here.
In the law that was passed in the 𝗙ន់and 𝗙ecie bill, there is a provision in there that essentially speaks to that the Department of Justice is able to possibly withhold some materials if there is an ongoing federal investigation. This has been discussed at length, and so folks are worried, is Pam Bondi, is Donald Trump are they launching an investigation, particularly this one against Democrats, to use it as a way to stop the release of the files and of this bill? And that is a critical concern.
Of course there.
What has not been discussed in the last few days, and we've been focused on this bill, I want to remind the Attorney General and the public that our subpoena does not have that language. And so if the Attorney General wants to use her sham investigation in the Southern District of New York to withhold evidence and documents on the bill that the president will hopefully just about to sign, she can't do the same for our subpoena. She is still legally obligated, regardless of any investigation, to produce every single document, photo, video, or material that she has in her possession of the DOJ to the Oversight Committee. That's something that we have not talked about a lot in the last few days because our focus is on this bill. But you can believe that in the next few days and weeks ahead, we're going to remind the DOJ that her investigation she might try to use to stop the effort in the full House. She can't use that to stop the effort we have in the Oversight Committee.
So there you go. Happy birthday, Mr. President Joe Biden. Let's go. Is it Biden's birthday? Is it? Dude, so there you go. So that's what they have, guys. That's what they have is she can stop the release with the sham investigation via the bill, but she can't stop the Oversight Committee. Okay? The Oversight Committee is now going to come in and they're going to get all this shit. And we know, guys, I mean, if we go back to the fucking Schuster tweet, dude, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all this right here, guys. This is the thing that everybody's talking about. It comes down to this, right? That the Epstein files are worse than Michael Wolff's description of Epstein photos showing Trump with half-naked teenagers. So that's it. That's the scuttlebutt. That's what provoked everybody 427-1. And the unanimous consent in the Senate is Pam Bondi refusing to answer Senator Whitehouse's question about the Michael Wolff photos. And then they started hearing rumors that not only is it the Michael Wolff photos, but man, way worse than that. And so they're like, they realized they all had to sign on. They all had to sign on or they were going to have no career afterwards. So everybody did it. Everybody jumped on this. And now they're going to get it. They're going to go after all this shit. But I don't think it's going to be easy, okay? Dude, thanks to Elon. Elon dropped the big bomb. I mean, dude, guys, I hate to say this. I hate to, like, pin this all on Elon because it's not simply Elon. But Elon's tweet definitely fucked shit up. I think Elon's tweet caused more damage to MAGA than Trump did, okay? Because Trump, like, they loved Elon. They did. Elon was the money, the sugar daddy, Tesla, the guy, you know what I'm saying? Elon, the richest guy out there. Trump's buddy, you know what I'm saying? The guy that, like, was Doge, was going to clean up, the technology guy. They literally loved Elon. The richest guy out there is on our side. He switched teams. He was the ultimate, used to be a Democrat and came to our side. They, like, Elon was like their guy. And then when Elon said, wow, Trump is in there and it's bad, while Trump was like, this is a hoax, dude, that caused so much damage. Dork MAGA. Dude, that's what it is. It is dork MAGA. Like, it literally caused some shit, bro. It caused some shit, boss. Oh my God. So yeah, so they're good. I'm glad I saw this because I was worried, guys. I wasn't worried because I know that a lot of these guys in Congress they're lawyers. Jamie Raskin's a very fucking talented fucking lawyer. So I wasn't like worried, but I had not really heard the game plan. You know, I had not heard the game plan of you know, what they had in mind here. You know, because, I mean, I know what Trump's game plan is. You know what I'm saying? I know what Trump's game plan. But yeah, Elon really fucked him up, dude. At the end of the day, when all this comes out, it's like a huge amount of the MAGA fucking, like, I feel like the MAGA civil war started because of Elon, dude. Right? That tweet really was like, and he deleted it, but it's kind of that thing where once the bullet leaves the gun, you can't put it back in the gun, bro. It's like, it's gonna hit something. You know what I mean? You fire a cannon, and like after it hits something, you can go back and get the cannonball, but you can't stop it until it's fucking plowed through somebody, you know? It's like, you just can't undo that shit. Dude, Dude, it was right when all of those people were taking a press tour, you know? You know what I'm saying? You know? So you hate you for asking victims voting for Trump? No. So I mean, I kind of understand the victims voting for Trump thing, guys. And it's because, like, I think some of these victims that voted for Trump are victims from the Virginia Giuffre group, who were like, Trump didn't do anything bad. Okay, Trump was never involved. Like, Trump was a 90s thing. So if you look at Epstein, guys, there's like two phases, okay? There are two phases to Epstein and Trump. There's 90s Epstein, Trump, and Ghislaine, and then there's 2000s Epstein and Ghislaine and Jean-Luc Brunel, okay? So there's a shift that happened, guys. And it's really, if you look at it, it's the modeling agencies, okay? So here's the thing, is Trump was involved with Epstein in the 80s, late 80s and 90s during the modeling agency era, okay? That's when it was John Casablancas, Trump, Epstein, they were best friends. They were churning women out, Maria Farmer and all that. Maria Farmer calls the FBI in 96. In 2000, Epstein takes Virginia Giuffre, starts like getting girls out of Trump's club, which is like, whoa, I'm fucking, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get in shit here now. Why are you taking girls from my club? I think that was a big deal that put Trump in a lot of culpability. So Trump started sort of distancing himself from Epstein, and he closed his modeling agency. And Epstein got involved with Jean-Luc Brunel. And that's where Virginia Giuffre and all those girls were in the Jean-Luc Brunel, Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell days. So they didn't really see Trump as a criminal aspect. So then Trump comes in and says, hey, I'm going to release this shit. I'm on your side. I arrested him and all this. And so I think that group of victims that are now survivors, that group of survivors viewed him as somebody who was there to rescue this shit, that he was one of the good guys, you know? But it's like, if you talk to the models and shit that were before 2000, they're the ones who are like, whoa, no, Trump was into some deep shit. But so there was that split. And when I look at this, guys, when I look at all of this shit, I really think the 2000 to 2003, 2004 years are when Trump and Epstein sort of like, Epstein took from the club and Trump was worried about getting busted. And then Trump was getting involved in like Russian money laundering, and Epstein started wondering why he's laundering this money. And so that sort of is when they separated, you know? But Trump was an early guy. Trump got rid of his modeling agency, though. I think the heat, like, you know, at the end of the 90s, they're like, things started to change a little bit, you know? You know what I'm saying? But all right, you ready? You ready for Rogan? I've put it off long enough. Somebody said there's a Raskin. What is Raskin clip? The clip of him saying the Democratic Party has to be a Big Ten enough to welcome MTG into it. I've not seen it, but we'll look at it. You know what I'm saying? We'll look at that. We are a big tent. We must be a huge, vast tent. I say this is a party that's got room for Marjorie Taylor Greene if she wants to come over. I mean, dude, I'll say this. You ready? Like, I hate to say this, okay? Because I don't trust Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't. I find her fucking despicable and scummy and whatnot. But I look at this as a purely political move, okay? Would I be willing to use Marjorie Taylor Greene and like welcome her with one eye open while sleeping if she wanted to come and become a Democrat? Would I use her in order to win some elections? Absolutely, I would. I would absolutely. If she was like saying the right shit. You know what I'm saying? Not if she comes in and is like transphobic and shit. She would have to renounce. You know what I mean? She would have to renounce. She would have to actually behave as such, at least pretend like she's one of us. But would I use her? Of course. Dude, of course. And I mean, that's just, though, let me just say, it's just because there's, you know, without winning, your integrity is meaningless, right? In politics. You know what I'm saying? The enemy of the enemy is my friend. Yeah, it's like there's the difference between trusting and rallying behind and using for political nature. You know? Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's just, that's kind of the way I look at it, because I have a tremendous amount of integrity that is not going to, I'm not going to go start a business with Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm not going to start promoting her as like, oh, this fine example of a Democrat. But if Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to help us win some elections, then yeah, I'm going to fucking take advantage of that. And then once we win the election, we're going to fucking, you know, go do the shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Then they would hate her. She has no pull. Well, so the thing is, though, she doesn't have any pull over MAGA. Okay? Marjorie Taylor Greene has no pull over MAGA. But what you guys got to realize, can I give you an example? I want to give you an example, and I'm going to use the Christian church. Okay? My family's been heavily involved with the Christian church for a while, for a long history. I have half brothers that are deeply involved in the Assembly of God Church. So let me just tell you this. So there's a vibe that goes on in churches, in those deeply evangelical churches, where people can't leave, okay? People can't leave, and they are devout, and they parrot the church, and they do everything they're told, and you look from the outside, and it looks like they all want to be there, and they're all participating, and they're all saying the same shit everyone in the church says. But there's a faction of people in there, there's a faction of women in there that want to get out. But you don't know it because they're parroting everything they're told. And so they go along with everything and they look like they are the biggest promoters of the church. And then one person decides to defect, like Marjorie Taylor Greene. And no one does this because they're afraid they'll be ruined and death threats and killed or whatever. But then when that one defector makes it and gets welcomed outside of the church and is safe, all those other women that were faking it start defecting too. So it's not like MTG would win over the fucking MAGA, right? But if MTG makes it and we don't kill her, right, metaphorically, all of the other people that have been thinking about getting out but didn't think that was an option will follow her. And that's how it works. So I think you have to be careful about putting too much hope into people, right? You have to be careful about allowing people to trample you, and you don't want them to escape culpability for their actions, but you do want to be welcoming enough that you let all the other defectors know that we will make room for you if you really want to come over here. Right? And they really got to want to come over, you know, because, I mean, fuck, bro. We've watched enough Fettermans happen or Kyrsten Sinema's happen. I mean, if she wants to come over here and actually not be a transphobic bitch, and she wants to come over here and not be a degenerate, then like, all right, we'll prove it and bring the rest of the defectors. You know, I think you welcome them with eyes wide open. That's the way I look at it. Because I'll tell you this, guys. Let me just tell you, and this is something I need you guys to understand, because you know I am like anti-MAGA, okay? I'm like, fuck MAGA. I go off on Twitter. But I grew up in a small town, guys, okay? I grew up in a small town, and in the small town, there is an enormous pressure to conform, okay? Small town America has an enormous pressure to conform. And so there are a lot of people that are like MAGA in small towns that don't want to be fucking MAGA, right? But they don't think they have an option. And so when you let defectors come over and you tell them that they do have an option, it encourages more defections. And my thing is like I said, I'm not going to fucking make Marjorie Taylor Greene my running mate. I'm not going to go have lunch with her and become her best friend. But if that fucking crazy bitch helps us win some elections, I will fucking use her absolutely and willingly. I will fucking, you know, and if she even lets us like help her, point her in the direction of what she needs to do to help us win and she's compliant, then fucking hey, let's do it, right? Let's do it. I mean, because you can't put your policy or your integrity to work if you don't win. Like, that's the thing. That's the thing about politics, guys. And I get into this discussion with a lot of my leftist friends because all of my far left friends are like they are like integrity first. And I respect that because your integrity is really important. But the problem is if you don't win, your integrity you may as well not have integrity. There's no point in having integrity if your integrity makes you lose every time. You have to win, and then once you win, you have to lead with integrity. You can't simply have integrity. You must win and then lead with integrity. And sometimes to win, you got to do some dirty shit, okay? You like people with integrity will have to snip the corner of the integrity during that election year. You have to like play your cards right, like Obama did with gay marriage, right? You got to sidestep some issues. You got to say the thing that the media doesn't pick apart. And then you get the win. And then you fucking go nuts with your integrity. And that's really, really important. Now, it's risky because sometimes people sidestep shit and they get in there and then they don't go and do the shit they were going to say they were going to do. So, of course, there's like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, there are some fucking issues. You know what I mean? There's risk. But I will watch the clip, though, with Raskin and see what he says. I think, though, my thing is like, I think as long as people disavow, if people disavow, I make room for them. You know, I do. I personally, I believe if people are willing to disavow, okay, then I will make room for them. And you know, and Zoran Mamdani, he did that shit. He did that shit in New York. The ends does not justify the means. Creatives know. Dude, let's go, Tony. Oh shit. I mean, you got to be careful there when you fucking play dirty to win. I mean, you do. You got to be careful. You don't want to corrupt yourself. But I feel like Zoran Mamdani did a great job, guys, because Zoran Mamdani went into New York and he went to the MAGA voters and he said, I want to win your vote. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I kind of understand why you may have like bought into the Trump thing and I want to win your vote. Okay. And Zoran did, you know what I mean? Zoran did that. And I think that was right. Dude, I got rid of that account. Sorry. Thanks for letting me know. Right. I think the important thing is though, right? I think the important thing is you have to be aware. You have to be aware. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you gotta do it smartly because you have to watch them, you know? But guys, you know, I'm tired though. You know what gets me? I'm tired of the Fetterman thing. Okay, the Fetterman cinema thing. That's the thing that fucking like breaks me. Okay? That's the thing that breaks me, guys, is the people who play progressive and then they go in and become these fucking corporate dinks. Like, why have we been dealing with that shit? You know, and there's always like a red flag, you know, like Fetterman pulling the shotgun on the black guy. That was a pretty big red flag. You know, but you're just not satisfied by today's winner. Orphan, I get it. I get it, you know. Yeah, dude, I like what Internet Chick said right there. Look at this right here. All right, what Internet Chick said here is, I feel like the gold standard. Look at that. She said, I'm all for forgiveness, but trust will take a lot more work. Right? Zoran was asked in an interview about if he supports primarying Jeffries, and he was like, now's not the time. Yeah. You know what's funny? You ready for this? You know why I think Zoran said that? All right? Does he support primarying Jeffries? And he said, now's not the time. I'll tell you why Zoran said that. Okay? All right? Because Zoran, okay, has worked very hard to make coalitions. Okay? Because he knew he could beat Andrew Cuomo. Okay? Zoran knew he could beat Andrew Cuomo. But what he didn't know is if he beat him, would the political apparatus of New York just sink his mayorship and guarantee he had no future of accomplishing anything, which is a very real thing. Go talk to Jimmy Carter and ask him how Congress was during his fucking presidency. Like, winning is one thing, but you need the political apparatus to work with you, or you can never accomplish any of your shit. Because unfortunately, you can't just eliminate the political apparatus unless you become a dictator and fucking destroy the apparatus. So here, what happened is Mamdani got Hochul on board, and Hochul helped Mamdani fend off Cuomo. And then Hakeem Jeffries said, you know what? He didn't endorse, but at the very end, Hakeem endorsed. And believe it or not, Hakeem helped Zoran with that endorsement. It helped because Hakeem Jeffries has a lot of clout with the political apparatus in New York. Enough clout that Jeffries could make it difficult for him. Okay? If Jeffries wanted to prevent Mamdani from getting shit done, he could go in there and put a wrench in the fucking thing. So I think what Mamdani's doing is Mamdani does not want to upset his apple cart, because not only did he win convincingly, but he has Hochul and Jeffries at the end. He has AOC. He has a fucking, you know, the like big Jewish leaders, big Muslim leaders. Like, he won coalitions across all facets of the political power spectrum. So he actually has the political clout now that he can consequentially change New York politics. And if he loses Hochul or Jeffries or one of the big Jewish leaders, if he loses them, he may be sunk. So I think he literally wants, he had no Schumer. Well, the thing though, Bradshaw, is he doesn't have Schumer, but he doesn't have Schumer being an enemy. Okay? Schumer didn't endorse, but Schumer didn't roadblock. Okay? Schumer did not roadblock. And that says a lot. Okay? Schumer did not actively roadblock him, which is I was a little surprised by. I thought Schumer was going to actively roadblock. So I think Mamdani realizes if he were to call for a primary of Jeffries, it would affect his ability to be able to do anything good as mayor. And the thing about this, guys, is this is that shit with AOC, Okay, this is that shit with AOC. I think, guys, I'll be honest. I don't think now is the time to primary Jeffries. I think now is the time to primary Schumer. Okay, I really do. I think Schumer first. If you knock off Schumer, and I think there's still hope for Jeffries to move towards Zoran Mamdani, but I think Schumer's old and he's of that age group that he's not going to change. So you want to primary Schumer, you want to maybe get AOC or somebody like her into that power seat, and then you're going to pull Jeffries. I think Jeffries can be moved, guys. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to realize, like, I get in this argument with my leftist friends all the time where I say the best way for leftists to change the Democratic Party is to win. Okay? Like Zoran, if you lose the election, if you say everybody needs to primary, fuck you, your party sucks, the Democrat Party is shit, and you lose the election, the Democratic Party's gonna move to what made them win the election. And it wasn't you, right? You need to win. And when you win, people will pull to the left. If a bunch of leftists win, people will pull to the left. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just that philosophy of like, you know, the Democrats go, like the establishment goes to whatever wins, guys, whether it's money or policy or what have you, right? The minute Medicare for all starts winning elections, the establishment Democrats will all be like Medicare for all. I mean, that's just how the establishment works. It goes toward the sure thing. You know what I'm saying? It goes toward the sure thing, right? Kamala didn't win and Hillary didn't win. Yeah, but those were women running for president, Tony. Okay? Those were women running for president. And they made some mistakes too, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, and again, what won was not, you know, not women. But I mean, I'm just saying it's not just the presidency, guys. You know, they do have hundreds of seats in the House. You know what I'm saying? They do have hundreds of seats in the House. They didn't lose because they were just women. I mean, I don't know about that. I think if Kamala Harris or Hillary Clinton had been men, I think they would have beaten Donald Trump. Yes. I believe if there was a male candidate running against Trump, okay, in both of those elections, in 24 and in 2016, if there had been a male with the exact same platform, a functional like male that could debate and win with charisma, that fucking had the exact same platform as them, they would have beaten Donald Trump both times. Okay, I think so. I think that's accurate. I don't think America's ready for a woman president. You know, I think if Hillary Clinton had been a man, you know, and I mean, the Bernie bros would agree. They think if Bernie had been there instead of Hillary, he would have beaten Trump, right? Joe Biden beat Trump handily. You know what I'm saying? And if, you know, I think if Kamala Harris had been Gavin Newsom, I think Gavin would have probably won, right? You know, if he had been vice president, you know, he didn't have the profile, not just an unknown, you know, but I think a male candidate probably would have beaten Trump, you know? I mean, he didn't win by very much, you know? I mean, he literally won, you know, small amounts of votes in swing states where there's a bunch of people in the middle that are like, oh, I don't know what it is about that woman, but I just don't want her to be president, you know? You know what I mean? That's my thought. And maybe I'm wrong, but, you know what I'm saying? Kamala had it if she hit what the people wanted. Yeah, it was hard. Dude, Kamala was hard, guys. Okay, she was a black woman. Black women in America don't get any fucking respect, boss. Okay, they don't. They certainly don't in small town middle America. Black women are not loved and respected in small town middle America. And Kamala Harris faced one of those political choices, guys. You guys, you got to realize, you have to realize that there's a political apparatus and you can't just pretend like it doesn't exist. Okay? you know, like with Kamala Harris, the only reason Kamala Harris was there, guys, when Kamala Harris ran in the primary, she did not get a lot of attention, guys. And then Joe Biden made her vice president and elevated her star. So Kamala Harris was never going to throw Joe Biden under the bus, guys. She couldn't do it. She could not do it. She was only there because of Joe Biden, okay? And Joe Biden was so interconnected to the political apparatus that would have destroyed her fucking presidency if she had thrown him under the bus and perhaps actually won. So she was walking a fine fucking line, guys, where she had to think about, what is my political career going to be after this election? Okay? And you can't ignore the political apparatus. I wish you could, right? But like, it exists. You know, you have to like keep your, when you look at politicians and when you look at what they say they're going to do and how they're going to try to accomplish it, you have to like understand that a political apparatus and system of power exists. And whether you like it or not, you have to operate inside of it. Or you have to kill everybody and just take it over and be like a dictator. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, Kamala it was a great, powerful, talented, great policied woman. But she was walking a line as a black woman in Joe Biden's administration in an American political power structure that she had to be very careful to not step on any landmines that would permanently end her fucking future in politics, you know? And she didn't get to play by the same fucking rules that any other fucking candidate would have been. And she would have been a great fucking president, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, Claudia Sheinbaum is a good example, okay? Because Blunt brought in Claudia Sheinbaum from Mexico. And the reason why Claudia Sheinbaum is president of Mexico, guys, is because she was part of the political structure, okay? The progressive political structure in Mexico that is dominant there. Claudia Sheinbaum was like the golden girl of the political structure, which is why she won, you know? And like, you know, there's a lot to learn from that like, we can't ignore the political apparatus we exist in. We have to find a way to change the apparatus from the inside out, you know? You know what I mean? And dude, I thought fucking Kamala would have been a great fucking president, man. You know, she would have. I think she would have been a great president. But, you know, dude, it's tough, man. It's tough. She had it hard, dude. I will accept no Kamala slander, right? You know what I'm saying? I will accept no Kamala slander because she did everything she could with the information she had, and she was navigating a very fine line, you know, and it was really hard though, because you know, the thing that was really hard was that, you know, when she started, she already felt like she had lost a part of the left of the party. And then she picked Tim Walz thinking it would change that and it would help her win. And then after she did that, she started courting conservative white voters in the Midwest. And then the left wingers like turned on her again. And then, you know, I mean, we were just wounded. It's kind of all of our fault. I think we were wounded because Joe Biden committed some cardinal sins with Gaza and with being too old and with being too greedy, with, you know, wanting to run again and being too out of touch to realize what was happening. And Joe Biden wouldn't fall on the sword, and Kamala Harris couldn't distance herself from his sins. And so it was like sins of the father. You know what I mean? Like Biden got us into a predicament where we were fighting each other and she could never get the Biden stink off of her. No matter what she did, she tried, but she didn't feel like she could come out and just disavow. And so she could never get the Biden stink off of her. And that's what was tough, you know? But dude, she almost won despite that. She had the Biden stink, no primary. Everybody picked her apart. Everybody fucking hated on her. And she was a black woman. And she still almost won. She got more votes than Hillary. I mean, dude, I look at it as a fucking victory, bro. That was a massive fucking victory. And guys, let me just tell you, she felt fucking terrible, guys. Okay? She felt fucking terrible because I think she realized if she doesn't win, the whole country's gonna go through hell, man. You know the responsibility she felt after that? After, like, she didn't win? And she was like, wow, we are about to go through, like, unbelievable pain. People are gonna die. And I couldn't do anything to stop it. Like, that's hard, man. I mean, I'm getting, like, choked up just thinking about it. Because one thing I do know about Kamala Harris, like, from way back, even with California, is like she takes her work seriously. She doesn't just get in there and be like egoed and shit. She genuinely wants to make the world a better place. And she had this huge, she felt like, oh my God, if I fuck this up, like the whole country's gonna suffer. And like, you know, I think it was heartbreaking for her, man. I think that was a heartbreaking loss for her. You know, I wouldn't have wanted to wake up with her because everybody was like, you gotta save us. You gotta save us, you know? And man, I don't know, dude. I will always be thankful for her because I didn't have a lot of hope with Joe Biden. And Kamala Harris came in and I had hope, man. I had a lot of fucking hope, right? That this was gonna be earth-shattering and glass ceiling breaking. And I went all in on it, and I was pretty heartbroken too. But, you know, I mean, you don't win every election. You know what I'm saying? You just don't win every election. But, all right, watch her interview. That's exactly how she felt. Oh, dude, did she do an interview? Dude, we'll have to watch it. I'm telling you, man, like, I'm sure that election fucked her up, bro. It's, you know, it's hard in that situation. You know what I'm saying? You realize you're the only thing that they have to fucking save, you know? But she gave me hope, man. She gave me hope, dude. I thought she was going to win. Dude. I did. And 1.4%, it was so close. But guys, as somebody who grew up, okay, as somebody who fucking grew up in small town Wisconsin, I was nervous from the beginning, okay, because guys, I knew me that the people I grew up with in small town Wisconsin, the people that in those swing states, those white people that are not Republicans, but they're not really Democrats, and they're sort of in the middle and they just don't know who to vote for. They're suspicious of everybody. I knew that those white people in the small towns in the swing states were just not going to vote for a black woman. There were a whole bunch of them that weren't going to vote for a black woman, no matter how she was. They wouldn't have even voted for Michelle Obama in 2024. I'm telling you, man, some of them are in my family. It's like they're not openly racist. They're not openly misogynist, but black women are just not, they're going to trust a white dude of any variety over a black woman. And these are just sort of podunk, small town fucking people that just have that internal bias in their fucking bones that they're not aware of, you know? And dude, it made me nervous from the start because I was like, dude, I was hoping that all those people would just not vote, right? That they would just not vote. But the problem is not only were they like, they can't really vote for a black woman, but there was so much fervor that Trump was able to build up that was like, you're going to be in danger if you don't vote for me. Right? Like you're going to be in danger, you know? But there is a thing, guys. Last thing I'll say is if you study any anti-racism work, okay, anti-racists say two things. They say, one, it's not enough to just not be racist. You have to become actively anti-racist. That's one. And number two, they say that we will not all be free until the black woman is free, guys. Okay? The black woman. We need to get the black woman free, like truly free. Free from like being able to be an aggressive freedom fighter without being told that she's being too like controversial. You know what I'm saying? They need to be free to behave like white women without being told that they're too aggressive or they're being confrontational, right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, man, when the black women are free, that everybody in America will be free. It is like the last legacy of slavery, guys. That's what we need. That's what we need, man. And not just free to get a job or to fucking become Oprah Winfrey. I mean, free to behave like white women and not be judged differently. Okay? And we have a ways to go, man. Dude, we have a ways to go, dude. Dude, I know, Jibs, it's depressing when you think about it, right? Dude. All right, you ready? Let's get to that Rogan shit now. All right, there we go. But again, guys, I you know my policy. My policy is I'm about the win, okay? When it comes to politics, there's like my personal integrity and then there's political reality, okay? And I lead and would govern and will build my fucking channel and everything with my personal integrity. But when it comes to the two-party political system, I believe that I accept the political reality and I play the games that are required to win inside that political reality, because I can't exercise my personal integrity and leadership if I don't win, right? And so now again, though, there are guardrails. I don't go into corruption. I'm not going to sell out my fucking most personal fucking belief systems, but you have to learn how to walk on the balance beam. It's like a balance beam, guys. You can't walk on a balance beam the same way you walk on a fucking, crisscrossing a 6-foot sidewalk. You have to adjust the way you walk for what you're walking on. You know what I mean? I'm going to stream for 2 hours. Oh shit, I went over time again, guys. All right, we got to get this Rogan clip and then I got to go, right? The system asks you to sacrifice your values to win. That's the issue. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. I think, I don't know about that, guys. I think the system does ask you to sacrifice your values, but it's not even the system, right? I mean, it's the system. I think when people get power corrupts people, right? Power is a very corruptible thing. It's about power. I mean, the system plays a part, but it's just people handle power unpredictably, guys. They do. Like when you get a whole bunch of power, like even those of you out there that are the greatest progressive, most integrity people, if you got the power of the presidency, you might turn into a corrupt piece of shit. You don't know. Like its power is unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a problem for everybody. I mean, just look at parents. Okay, the nicest person can have a kid and become an asshole to their kid because the power of being a parent can really fuck them up. All right, but we got to get to this. We got to get to the clip, dude. Dude, I just feel like litigating all that stuff is kind of a waste of time. I realize we go there every once in a while, and I'm glad we got to the whole black woman thing. But like, you're not going to get outside the political reality. And so, this is one of the hopes I have for all of us that are on the progressive side is I feel like most progressives need to get better at existing in the political reality. Because you can be as progressive as you want, but if you can't play the game, you're not going to get in the game, You know what I mean? All right, you ready? Let's see these guys, dude. Oh my God, dude. Rogan. All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. Everybody, get your brain cells together. Dude, I don't understand. Okay? I don't understand how Joe Rogan got popular, dude. Like, can somebody explain to me how this guy developed a fan base? This guy became like the biggest thing, $100 million contract, but like he is fucking like brain dead, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, dude, what are we doing?
Rogan experience.
There's no way I can look at Chuck Schumer and think he's a good guy.
He looks like a great guy.
Yeah. If you asked a baby who had been here one day, pick a bad guy out of
Bro,
this.
did you ever see the video when...
it's fucking dark out there, man. That's why we just got to love each other and do the best we can. Have a nice creme brulee, hug a buddy, tickle your friend or whatever.
Dude, a creme brulee? Dude, what is this fucking clown? All right, so here's the thing. Is Chuck Schumer is too old and he's a terrible leader, but there's no way you look at Chuck Schumer and think he is a bad guy. He's an out-of-touch guy. He's a guy with very limited backbone. But, like, dude, there's nothing about him that seems bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are these guys talking about? They literally voted for Donald fucking Trump, and they're like, Schumer is a bad guy. I mean, dude, don't get me wrong. I think Schumer needs to be primary. He's a terrible fucking leader. He's too old. But I don't think he's inherently like an evil person. Like, not by a long shot. He's not even on the high end of negative people. You know what I'm saying? And these guys, though, stumped for a fucking rapist, bro. Right? Dude, they stumped for a rapist. Dude, these guys supported genocide. These guys don't give a shit about genocide. You know, that's not their fucking reasoning. You know what I'm saying? And Schumer is Jewish, and so Jewish people have a more complicated relationship to that genocide. I'm not excusing them, but like, you know, Jewish people, there are a lot of Jewish people that don't consider what's going on in the Middle East a genocide. I disagree with them, but I understand how some Jewish people can look at that and see it differently because they're experiencing a different kind of propaganda, guys. I mean, we all experience propaganda, okay? And so there are some Jewish people that look at the Gaza and don't think it's a genocide. And now, whether they're right or wrong, I believe they're wrong, but some of those people are in our political party. And we still have to work with them. So we see it as a genocide and they don't. And we need to still get them to support not killing. Okay? That's a fact. Like, if we want to stop the killing, we need to get the ones that don't see it as a genocide to at least get on board with stopping the killing. That's the thing that is fucking hard, like, for us to accomplish. Right? Genocide is clearly wrong. But if some people are personally affected by it and they don't think it's a genocide and you need them to stop the killing, you have to find a way to like work with them, right? You know what I'm saying? That's a political reality again, okay? And then there are people in our government that are just corrupted by money that think things simply because that money's keeping them in office, which even complicates it further. But I think we've made a lot of, like, I don't know. I think we've made a lot of leeway on that. I think a lot of people are aware of the severity of what's going on in the Middle East. And so more and more people are recognizing the genocide every day. You know what I'm saying? But again, though, it's like we're not going to easily wrap this out. You know what I'm saying? It comes down to that tent shit that, unfortunately, there are some Zionist Democrats. And if you're going to be in the Democratic Party, you have to like get the Zionist Democrats to like be part of your coalition. You don't want them running the fucking bus, driving the bus. You know what I'm saying? You want the non-Zionist people driving the bus, But the Zionist people aren't leaving the party, you know, because they're not going to go become Republicans, right? Because, you know, unless they're like John Fetterman, you know what I mean? So it creates a political conundrum that we have, you know.
Tell him he's gay or something.
That's a good move.
You know,
I just hope,
buddy.
I was a guy.
Yeah. If you asked a baby who had been here one day, pick a bad guy out of
Bro,
this.
did you ever see the video when
it's fucking dark out there, man? That's why we just gotta love each other and do the best we can. Have a nice creme brulee, hug a buddy, tickle your friend or whatever. Tell him he's gay or something.
That's a good move.
You know,
I just opened up my Instagram and he popped up immediately.
You're lying.
No, I'm not lying.
You were lying. What's he trying to sell you? Some bullshit?
It's something important. He accidentally said the quiet part out loud about the Epstein files.
They all are doing that, dude.
All right, let's see what he said. Here, I'll send it to you, Jamie. They got me, these motherfuckers.
It's a wrap.
They got me.
How much longer does Israel let us stay alive, do you think? That's the big question.
Why would they?
What did you say? Is that AI?
What are you saying?
That's Sora?
Fuck are you saying?
I didn't say anything.
What are you saying?
Huh? Talking about Israel Adesanya.
Oh, well, he loves you. Don't worry about it.
Good call.
Fuck are you saying, son?
See, here's the problem I have, guys, about this shit, right? And this is what complicates Gaza for me, okay? Because obviously there's a fucking genocide going on with the IDF and Benjamin Netanyahu. But the problem is the way Theo Von here says Israel is more like Jake Shields, okay? Or Tucker Carlson or the newfound 𝗙𝗙ecie𝗶𝗶𝗹𝗀, where these guys aren't concerned about helping Palestinian lives. They're just anti-Semitic fucking degenerate motherfuckers. But they realize that now that there's a pro-Palestinian movement and anti-Zionism has come into vogue, they're allowed to sort of be anti-Semitic out in the open, and they have sort of plausible deniability to do this. These are the Jake Shields of the world, man. And this shit fucking bothers me. Okay, because I feel like we need to be anti-Zionist in a way that fucking prevents these assholes from thinking they get the big stage. You know what I mean? And that fucking bothers me, man. Okay? That fucking bothers me with these guys. And dude, Theo Von bothers me because he is just a fucking moron, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my God. Dude, my God, the damage from conflating Zionism with Judaism is immeasurable. Yeah, it's hard, Soul. The thing about it is it's not even about conflating Zionism with Judaism. It's just hard because the people who hate Judaism use Zionism as their cover to hate Judaism. It's not about conflating it, right? It's like, it's the same thing they do with racism, okay? Where it's like a racist joke, okay? A racist joke. Racists use people who tell racist jokes as cover to inject racism into the equation. So if you have some guy who thinks it's just okay to tell racist jokes, right? He's providing cover for actual racists. And so the danger isn't even the conflating. The danger is that every anti-Semitic person will use Zionism, right? Because they're like, oh, if I say Zionism, I can get away with it. So what they do is the anti-Semitic people who used to say outright shit about Jews and Judaism will now just start talking about Zionism, but they actually mean Jews and Judaism, but they sound just like the other people. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know what I mean? And like that's what's fucking complicated about it. That's what makes this so fucking hard, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what makes this so hard. A lot of people don't get the difference. Yeah, I mean, the difference though is hard. The difference though, here's the thing, guys. You ready? Like, the hard thing, okay? Oh, he was making it. Oh, got you about a fighter? I didn't know that, dude. I mean, how am I supposed to know he's talking about a fighter, dude? I thought he was talking about the country of Israel, boss, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's making a joke about a fighter. But dude, I will say this, right? The thing that is fucking, here's the problem with the Zionism, Judaism thing, guys, that you have to realize, okay? Because I have watched the anti-Zionist movement come into this shit, okay? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, though, guys, is for him to come into this show and start talking about Schumer being a bad man and then start talking about Israel, I don't think he was telling a joke about a fighter. Like, I think he was being very direct about what he was saying, okay? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That just seems really weird because he was talking about a Jewish guy being a bad guy and going off on this Jewish guy, and then all of a sudden he fucking segues into that fighter guy. I don't know about that. That feels like, again, couching shit into shit that it's easy to deny. Oh, I was just talking about the fighter. That's bullshit, okay? But let me just say, the thing about the anti-Zionist movement, guys, okay? And this is the same shit we struggle with racism, and it's the same shit we struggle with misogyny or with anti-LGBTQ stuff, is when you are marginalized and dealing with an ism. Muslims deal with this too, Islamophobia. Let me explain what happens. So as a white guy, okay, I can go out and I can fuck up. I could hoard money. I could, like, whatever, you know, eat fried chicken, right? You can run through all these fucking stereotypes. I can be mouthy and aggressive, and nobody judges my whole race for it, okay? But if I'm a black guy and I engage in behavior that is considered black, they will judge my race. If I am a woman and engage in behavior that's considered woman-tropy, they will judge me all women, okay? If I am Jewish and I engage in behavior, they will judge all Jews, the people that judge that shit, okay? So what happens is when you come along and create this distinction of like, well, I want to talk about the Zionists, right? So the Zionists are, I mean, really, you could say I want to talk about imperialists, but no, when you say Zionists, you are specifically talking about Jewish imperialists. You see the difference there, right? You're talking about like supporters of Jewish like existence that are imperialists. That's why it's called Zionism. You are specifically talking about Jews, okay? You're talking about a subset of Jews, but it is specifically tailored to Jews or the support of Jewish people. And that's the fucking problem. If you just had one term for imperialists that covered American imperialists and Jewish imperialists and Saudi Arabian imperialists and Russian imperialists, and you had one word, nobody would give a shit, okay? But Zionism is specifically attached to the Jewish fucking people and faith. And so that's where it gets really confusing, guys. And I think we should find a way to like detach it from Judaism, okay? Because, you know what I mean? Because here in America, right? In America, right? How can that be true when not all Jews are Zionists? It's the same way is like how there are racists that are not white, okay? There are black racists, okay? Because like the thing about racism is it's supporting the supremacy, okay, of white supremacy, white culture, right? And then the Zionism is supporting that Jewish supremacy, right? That Jewish imperialist supremacy, okay? Right? And so, right, it's like the same fucking thing. But the problem is like the problem is there has historically been anti-Jewish sentiment, you know? And so I don't know. It feels like a little complicated to me. And again, the complicated part is because of the cover, okay? It's like finding a way to, you know, because even when you look, okay, when you look at like I don't know. There's so many things tied to it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, you know, ethnostatus. I get it. Ethnostatus. That I don't know. I would like to. I feel like, and the thing about this, guys, is I guess ultimately it doesn't matter what term you use, but the thing that is complicated about this is as long as the term Zionism exists, and as long as the term Zionism is attached to the Jewish supremacy ethno-state that's specifically attached to the Jewish government and imperialist power structure that's like committing genocides and trying to take over the Middle East, all of the anti-Semitic people in the world will use your anti-Zionist movement as a way to cover their anti-Semitism. And they're going to go into your anti-Zionist movement and try to make you anti-Semitic the same way that like Charlie Kirk used the Bible to bring people into evangelical like hate ideologies, or Andrew Tate, right? Now, that doesn't mean that the real anti-Zionists are doing anything wrong. They're not. The actual anti-Zionists that are fighting the Zionist movement and fighting for the Palestinian people, they're doing everything right. They're fighting the good fight, but they do have to find a way to suss out the anti-Semitic people and get them out of the thing. The same way that like we wish the Republican Party would get rid of the Nazis, right? But like, is every Republican a Nazi? No. But the Nazis try to make the Republicans move. Like Nick Fuentes is trying to move every Christian toward him, okay? But a regular Christian Republican conservative is not necessarily the same as Nick Fuentes. But Nick Fuentes will find a point where he agrees with them, and then he tries to like reel them in. And so, you know what I'm saying? And so it's hard. It's hard. I just feel like it's hard. And there are lots of Jewish people speaking out against Zionism. See, I think Jewish people speaking out against Zionism is really the best thing, right? That is like the best thing. It's just like, you know, it's just like racism, right? White people speaking out about racism is the powerful thing, right? So the Jewish people leading the anti-Zionist movement, I think, is the way to go. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where you're really getting into that shit. But it's just the danger. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fucking, the danger is in every movement is how do we get rid of the bad seeds? Okay. How do we get rid of the bad seeds? But what I've noticed is people like, you know, Tucker Carlson and people like Jake Shields have gotten really emboldened and have often used the actual good pro-Palestinian movement to hide their shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, and that's what's fucking bothered me, because I don't like fucking Jake Shields feeling like he gets to use the pro-Palestinian movement to be a fucking douchebag, you know? That bothers me, right? Because he's gonna pollute the pro-Palestinian movement. And yes, men speaking out against rape is more powerful than women speaking out against it, right? And white people speaking out against racism is really the powerful part about the anti-racism shit. And certainly Jewish people leading the charge against Zionism is definitely the way to go, man. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely, they should be the leaders of that movement. I don't know a lot about that movement, guys, because I mean, you know, I tend to focus mostly on domestic issues, right? But, you know, I don't follow much like out of the US politics at all, like Europe or Canada. I focus here on human rights here because it like affects me on a day-to-day basis. But, you know what I mean? But all right, you ready? Let's watch this. I went way over time, but it's all right. I do every night. Right? Here we go.
Yeah,
so
was
what
so
did he
fun?
say? What did he say about the Epstein files?
What did he say?
Let's hear what he said. He looks great.
Yeah, he's been drinking somebody's blood.
The last 4 years when President Biden was in office.
Well, that's the question every American is asking. Not every American, but so many Americans are asking. What the hell is he hiding?
Why would...
Well, where are they?
That was a useless clip.
This whole thing's all bullshit now. It's all BS.
Well, it's fun.
Do you think he's alive? You think Epstein's alive?
I do not think so.
You don't?
No, I think they killed him.
Dude.
If I had to guess.
Who's they?
There's too much circumstantial evidence that leads me to believe that it was an assassination. You know, I know a lot of people think.
Who is they? See, you shouldn't be able to say they killed him in these situations without defining they, right? They always gets abused.
I think that he committed suicide. A lot of very smart people that I know think he committed suicide. I'm like, there's too many convenient things. The cut wires, the security cameras rather not working. They weren't cut, right? They just stopped. They didn't function. Security cameras didn't function. Yeah. The fact that he had shared a cell with this giant fucking former cop who was a murderer who had killed multiple people. Just giant roided up cop. Like, this is a cellmate. Like, if you wanted to get somebody, hey, look, bro, extra Twinkies, take this guy out. Like, it wouldn't be hard. He's already killed a bunch of people. He was a drug dealer. Do you ever see the guy? Do you ever see the guy who was his cellmate?
No, but it's like
it's kind of hilarious.
It's like when you're a freshman in college and they just put you with somebody you know.
Bro, if you wanted to get someone killed, you have a high profile witness, okay? High profile witness in the craziest sex trafficking conspiracy of all time, where a guy who may or may not have been an intelligence asset or an intelligence agent or whatever the fuck he was for whatever country, this guy he's arrested for sex trafficking to elites, and then you put him in jail.
Oh my God.
With that guy.
I thought that was the guy that fought Mike Tyson. Remember that dude who read that poem?
Bro, you
Remember
put him
him
in jail with that guy. All you have to do is get that guy cigarettes and steroids. You tell him, I got you Marlboro Reds and Tren. I got you testosterone replacement for life, even though you're going to still be in jail.
Dude, what the fuck are these guys talking about, bro? Jesus Christ, dude.
I got you some Marlboro fucking
Four
Test
men.
200s.
Dude, he was found guilty of killing 4 men. And they
I'm
put
getting
him
dumber
in a cell with Epstein.
by the second,
Look at
bro.
the size of that fucking savage.
Big guy.
Giant fucking muscle-bound, steroided up dude, and they put him in a cell with Epstein, and Epstein got strangled.
Epstein might have been.
Not Sherlock Holmes. But I think there might be a connection there.
Epstein was probably trying to slurp him. I bet that dude was a...
Dude, what are they fucking, like, there are just so many weird fucking tropes these guys fucking throw in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, these guys are...
Such a pervert, dude.
Well, if he didn't kill him, then somebody killed him.
I bet he was such a pervert.
I think somebody killed him. Retired Westchester cop charged with killing 4 in cocaine deal after bodies dug up on his property. Bro, he buried them in his backyard.
Yeah.
That's a crazy motherfucker.
Or that's a good gardener, dude. That guy's fucking composting. What are you even talking about?
That's true. It's a better way to deal with. They're already dead. What are you going to do? Let them go to waste or bring them back to Mother Earth?
Those are leftovers. That guy's Italian, dude. They love leftovers.
How deep?
Dude, this is hard to watch. I just can't. It's hard for me to watch Theo Von talk, dude. He just seems so devoid of any, you know what I'm saying? I just look at him and I'm like, God, bro. Like, dude, it's just such a waste of energy. You know what I mean? Like, because like, where are they going? And can I just say this? Like Joe Rogan. So the thing about this, guys, is I used to have a tolerance for Joe Rogan. Like, I thought that Joe Rogan was dumb, but I used to give him the credit of like, well, he sometimes gets on a good point, or maybe he genuinely is trying to find the right way to be. But the problem I have with Joe Rogan occurred in the Donald Trump interview during the presidency. Okay? And Joe Rogan started asking Trump about the election, and Trump denied, losing, and said, no, I won. I have the fucking information. And Rogan said, well, you did lose 60 court cases. And Trump was like, no, you don't understand. I have like the papers. I have the proof. And then Rogan said to him something to the effect of like, you have like 110 million Twitter followers. Like, Every time you have proof of something or every time you have something to say, you put it out on the internet. Why didn't you put this proof that surely would have exonerated you and the whole world would have digested it? And Trump just sort of changed the question. And it cut back to Joe Rogan, and you could see on Joe's face that Joe knew he was lying. I mean, we all knew he was lying, but Joe had absolutely confirmed that Trump was lying and had caught him. And Joe also knew that that interview could determine whether Trump wins or doesn't win. And Joe let it go. You know what I'm saying? He let it go. He helped him win even after he confirmed with his own line of questioning. And to me, that's absolutely when he lost me. For the extra time, well deserved. Thank you, Willem. Let's go. That was when he lost me. Okay? Because it was like him, essentially, Joe Rogan was just totally he was denying publicly who he claims he is. Because Joe Rogan claims he's a straight shooter who really holds people accountable. He's a fucking tough guy, right? I'm not going to let you bullshit me. I'm a real man. I'm not taking shit from you. I'm fucking Joe Rogan. I hang out with Dana White and the UFC guys. And it's like, no, you're not. You're a fraud, right? You're somebody who plays a tough guy, but you don't actually hold people accountable. You know what I'm saying? You don't hold people accountable at all. You will let somebody cheat right in front of you and you'll fucking turn the other way, boss. And bro, that is you know what I'm saying? That is fucking, I don't know, dude. You know, he's a softie. I know he's a softie, but I mean, he still plays the character of somebody that you can't bullshit, right? He does try to play. I mean, he definitely asked enough questions that you knew he was leading Trump into a trap, but he just wouldn't fucking close the trap, man. Dude, he plays both sides of the field. You know what he does? He plays both sides of the cash register is what he does, dude. Yes. He plays both sides of the cash register. That's what he does. He's like, I like that side of the cash register, and I like that side too. Dude, right? And so he's like, oh, this guy's a crook, but I'm going to help him win. And then as soon as he wins, I'm going to talk about how he's a crook, right? Right? He's like, oh, you're not a crook. I'm going to help you win. And as soon as he wins, he's like, God damn, that guy's a crook. And then the next day he'll be like, no, that guy's doing a really good job. And then when he's with somebody who's a crook, he'll be like, no, that guy's a crook too, right? Let's go. Let's go. All right.
You think he dug it? I bet he was pretty lazy.
That guy's pretty jacked. I don't know.
I bet he got tired, though. They don't have good cardio.
You're right.
It's a lot of cardio involved in digging.
2 feet.
How many bodies? 4 bodies? Bro, 4 bodies is 4 6-foot graves? Do you think he did a mass grave all on top of each other? Or do you
what
think
are we
he was
watching,
respectful
bro?
and made 4 individual holes?
I bet it was more like, when you open up a box of chocolates like that, kind of. I don't think it was like a deep or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was like a...
Yeah.
Or a 4-pack of cannolis or whatever.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right? Take the lid off. You see feet.
Or a 4-pack of cannolis. Dude, Theo Von's like, yo, what's up? He's like, Theo Von's like, yo, I just walked out of I was just in the other room. I took 700 punches to my head, bro. Dude, he is, bro. He's like, yo, what's up? What's up, Joe? I just smashed my head against the wall 600 times, dude. Oh, I think Epstein's still alive. Cannoli. Dude, Zap, let's go. Oh, shit, bro. Holy shit, dude. Oh, my God, dude.
It's a dusting of confectionate sugar on them. Not
cocaine
much.
deal went bad.
Fuck, but
roided
dude,
up cop. But imagine
that's horrible.
But imagine you are the most high-profile person being charged.
They put him in there on purpose with that guy.
100. How could they not?
They did.
How would you not like? Why?
There'd be no reason to put him with anybody.
If you worried about the guy dying.
Yeah.
Why would you put him in the room and lock him in a bedroom, a tiny little bedroom, with a roided up murderer?
Yeah.
Just stop and think about that. You're in a room smaller than this fucking studio that you and I are in right now.
Dude, like, Rogan thinks he just cracked the case, guys. You see this? He's like, dude, we cracked the case. We fucking cracked it. Obviously, something's going on. Dude, I'm waiting for them. I'm going to give them the last minute. Because I'm hoping they somehow connect this to something outside of reality. Because now we're 5 minutes in, and it's like, yeah, we get it. There was a roided guy in the room with him. Yeah, dude, we get it. Epstein was murdered, dude. We know he was murdered. I mean, even if it was a, unaliving, somebody gave him like 500 feet of cloth, and you don't give that to someone who's going to unalive themselves. So it was a murder just by the fact that somebody gave him all the equipment to unalive. At the very minimum, like, come on, bro. It's like, please, for the love of God, you just shake up the brain cell. Dude, 𝗙𝗍𝗏's over there going, oh, shit.
With a roided up murderer. You're sleeping with that
guy.
Oh.
And you wind up getting strangled. Oh, you hung yourself. Yeah.
How would you sleep? Say you have to go to jail, right?
Probably wouldn't sleep.
I know, but I'm just saying, Joe, if you had to go to jail, right? You're in jail for something that you've done or didn't do. Doesn't matter.
Right.
How do you sleep at night? And there's a big dude in there.
You sleep with your...
Dude, you're in jail for something you've done or didn't do. Doesn't matter how you sleep. Dude, what the fuck, bro? Dude, here, let me fucking slam my head on the table a few more times. Oh my God.
Mouth open so he doesn't have to force it open. Sleep like that.
Bro, no, bro.
Dude.
That's crazy. But do you sleep with your butt against the wall or away from the wall?
That's a good question.
You sleep.
Dude, it's like, it's just a gay joke, dude. They're 12. Oh, butt up against the wall? Dude, I don't even get it. Dude, yeah, it's just homophobic, just a gay joke. Oh, butt up against the wall. Dude, meanwhile, 𝗙𝗍𝗏's fucking partner's probably cramming vibrators up his ass like, 12 times a day, dude. Dude, I'm telling you, dude, these guys would probably get oiled up and go to town fucking
on your back,
no
Depends on
problem.
what kind of pervert this dude is.
I think
he might
they
be one
want
of
it.
the dick sucker guys. He just wants to suck your dick while he jacks off.
Oof.
Dude, look at the way Rogan said that. Rogan is talking from personal experience there, bro. Dude, Rogan's like, yeah, it's just like this guy I was hanging out with last Thursday, with me and Dana White and a couple of the UFC fighters when we hit the oil baths. Dude, you see that? Like, Rogan is telling a personal story here. Dude, all of these guys, that's just it. All of these manosphere guys are just bisexual dudes that don't carry out the deed, bro. It's like, just get it over with. Instead of being homophobic, you should just get the deed over with, dude, and dispel it, bro. It is so dumb, boss. You know what I'm saying? It is so dumb. And this is the shit that fuels the fucking, right? This is the shit that fuels the Republican Party, dude. It does. All right, it's dance party time. I'm going to watch Raskin's clip here, and then I'm going to go dance party, and I'm going to go make some videos. Dude, those guys are like, man, dude, they're dumb.
Let me just say a couple more things to you great Florida Democrats. One of them is we are a big tent. We must be a huge, vast tent. I say this is a party that's got room for Marjorie Taylor Greene if she wants to come over. We got room for anybody who wants to stand up for the Constitution and for the Bill of Rights today. One of my colleagues who left from South Carolina, Trey Gowdy, said to me on the way out, he said, you know, Raskin, you're not a bad guy. The problem with you is you're a liberal. I said, you're damn right I'm a liberal. The heart of that word is liberty.
So here's what I have to say about this, guys. Yeah, I'm sure that fucking didn't go over very well. But let me just tell you guys, okay? You ready? Let me just tell you guys about this. I'm going to finish on this because we talked a little bit about this, about MTG. And what I want to use is I want to use the difference between like Cenk Uygur, and somebody who's not Cenk Uygur. I feel like Cenk Uygur is a good litmus test for this, okay? Because with the Democratic Party, okay, if Marjorie Taylor Greene says, I want to be in the Democratic Party and I'm ready to disavow some of this shit, yeah, we got room for you. Defect. Other defectors, we got room for you too. MAGA, you can be forgiven. But here's the deal. What we would do is we wouldn't rally around them like they're special, like they're saving us. We would not trust them until they earn it. Okay? They have to earn it. Okay? Because we've all been fucked up. I'm sober now, 19 years sober. But guys, when I was an alcoholic, I was a dick. I was a fucking piece of shit. I did a lot of negative shit. Okay? That maybe is different than the negative shit that Marjorie Taylor Greene did. But I'm sure if you talk to a bunch of my ex-girlfriends, they would be like, that guy is not a good guy. Okay? You talk to my girlfriend who knows me as I'm sober. Now I'm a good guy, right? But anyway, here's the thing. Is to people who want to defect and who disavow, I'm all for letting them help us win elections and helping us bring other defectors in. I am all for that, with the caveat of like, they're not going to become leaders in their shit, and we're going to be smart and fucking, you know, make them earn trust, but use them to win elections, of course, always. However, the reason why I bring up like Cenk Uygur is when Cenk Uygur would go and hang out with Marjorie Taylor Greene, he would always bash Democrats, okay? We're not going to bring somebody like Marjorie Taylor Greene on the show and then fucking say, oh, we're going to bash Democrats, right? And the thing about this, though, Bradshaw, the thing about this, it's not about needing. Nobody needs Marjorie Taylor Greene. But if Marjorie Taylor Greene is willing to come over to our side and help us win, you always take the help. You never fucking, you know what I mean? You know, like, you never disregard help. You know what I'm saying? You don't refuse help. That's just the way it fucking works, man. I'm never going to refuse help. You know? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not like you woo her. I don't care if she comes over, but if she wants to help us win elections, like, fuck yeah. The same way that I don't like Candace Owens, but I'm watching Candace Owens and I'm making videos of Candace Owens because I'm going to use Candace Owens to help us win elections, right? Fuck yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like we don't need Marjorie Taylor Greene at all. But my important distinction though, okay, my important distinction is how you interact with them, right? Because this is the Cenk Uygur problem, guys. Okay, Cenk Uygur would go on these right-wing shows and be like, the Democrats are bad. And like, no, that's bullshit. We're not going to have Marjorie Taylor Greene come into the party and tell us what's wrong with the Democratic Party. Fuck no. That would not happen. You know what I'm saying? But like, if she wants to come and help us fucking vanquish the enemy, I'll use her. Like, I will use her to corrupt all the people that follow her. But I mean, I don't think she's ever going to become a Democrat, guys. You know what I'm saying? But I think she might want to topple the other side because she's resentful, right? She's mad. Trump like ruined her Senate race, and she devoted herself to Trump and he's turned on her. And now if she wants to get even and help fuck them over, help fuck up the gubernatorial race in Georgia, help fuck up the Senate races in Georgia, help win a couple blue seats in Georgia, like, fuck yeah, bro. Like, get on over here, Margie. Let's fucking burn this shit to the ground. Okay? And then after you help us do that, if you're ready to disavow, then maybe we can talk about you actually joining the party, right? right? She's on the America First train with Fuentes. Probably. I don't think she's coming over, but you know what I'm saying? They'll turn on you. She's not genuine. Yeah, but Tracy, that's always a risk. Look at John Fetterman. Look at 𝗙sten Sinema. Just because somebody says they're a progressive and they say all the right things doesn't mean they're not going to turn on you. You know, the thing is you have to, like, I'm not voting for her. You know, I'm just saying use her, okay? Use her. Like, anybody could turn on you. You know, she's not going to be a Democrat ever, but I do want to use her to destruct MAGA, right? I don't trust her at all. No, dude, she's a piece of shit, right? She's a piece of shit. She's using us. I don't know about that. I don't think she has as much to gain from us as we have to gain from her, guys, because the deal is none of us are ever going to vote for her, bro. I'm not voting for her. Dude, no way, bro. Oh, shit. Imagine talking to her. What would I say? So the thing about this, if I talk to her, I would, there's a couple of things that I would say. Like, I would ask her. I would say, like, one of the first things I would do is I would want her to come out on the record of disavowing Trump, right? Like, you devoted yourself to this guy. You were basically a lackey for him. You never even put him down. And then he shits all over you and throws you under the bus over Epstein. Like, right now, I want you to shit back. I want you to give him some payback. I want you to, like, prove that you really mean what you say by finally going on the record, because you never went against him. You always said Mike Johnson. You always said Republican leadership, but you always gave Trump a free pass. So step one is he just shit on you. Are you going to take that, or are you trying to manipulate this shit and play a game, right? That's step one, right? And the other thing I would want to talk to her about would be her infidelity and her nasty behavior and how she squares that with her Christianity, right? Let's talk about that. Like, you're kind of a sex freak. You really like to get down, but you've aligned with a party that is, like, sexually oppressed, and they use their religion as a sexual weapon when you obviously like to fuck and like to get fucking jiggy with it. So let's talk about that. Let's how you square that, right? You know what I mean? Those are kind of the questions I have about her. I want you shitting on Trump, right? Or admitting you're playing. And two, I want to talk about your sexual proclivities and how you fucking align with the Republican Party with that. Let's go. Oh, shit, dude. Dude. Oh, fuck, bro. You know what I mean? Dude, Tommy for Interviewer of the Year? Dude, and maybe we'll get there. Dude, we just got to get big enough, all right? We got to get big enough, and we'll get her on, dude. We'll get her on. You know what I'm saying? Right now, although guys, I'll admit, I mostly like just talking. You know what I'm saying? I do. I mostly just like talking. But I myself, I am like a sex aficionado, okay? I've always been I have a very sort of open relationship with sexuality and sex, and a very, you know, I don't have like oppression or shame attached to my sexual desires or my sexuality, right? Which has always been one of those things that make the Republican Party so offensive to me, because they take this thing that I have a really like connected relationship with, and they try to fucking make it this like dirty, convoluted thing, right? And so like, when I look at somebody like Marjorie Taylor Greene, where I fucking see that she's sort of a sex freak herself, and it's like, dude, why is she in that party? That's just weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something about that doesn't quite add up. You know, that like why she chooses the repression. Maybe she feels like she has to because her religion has taught her that or something. But I'd really like to have an honest discussion with her about that. you know, Tommy was sorta, oh, let's go, dude. All right, I got to go make videos, guys. I went an hour too long. I was only going to go 2 hours, dude. Dude, so much for that. Check my emails. All right. Well, I mean, I do check my emails, but I don't like, you know, when somebody comes in and says, check my emails, send me an email about a video, I will see it at some point, right? But I mean, if you want to talk about it in here, you know, but I don't check emails very often, just so you know. I do it like twice a week. All right. I mostly stay away from email, guys. I have a thing. Okay. Emails, mail. Dude, I have a pile of mail on that desk. Like Jenny opens my mail. Basically, I don't open mail, guys. I don't know what it is. I feel overwhelmed by mail and emails and the onslaught. I just have an issue with that shit. I fucking, oh, you used a clip for my video? I mean, I don't care about using clips for my video, right? I think I may have seen that email, right? I don't care about that shit. Like when you use, like nobody cares about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd stay out of that shit, right? The content is out there. If I ever see something, if you make something and I ever don't like it, you'll find out because right? It's like the way it is with content is you just use your shit. And then if somebody doesn't like it, they'll come after you, right? If I don't like it, I'll copy strike you, right? That's how it works, right? I don't worry about that shit. Dude, let's go. Oh, shit. All right, you ready? It's time to dance, baby. Yeah, everybody. I don't care. Use my shit. Put it out there. If I don't like it, I'll copy strike your ass. Dude. I did that once. I only did it once, guys. It was in gaming, right? I had no issues with gaming, but there was one kid who started taking my streams and he started just putting like 8 minutes of my streams on YouTube, but it was like really low quality. He didn't add his face. He didn't add any commentary. It was just straight up my stream on YouTube, but like really low quality. Like he reduced the quality to where it was all pixelated and shit. And then for whatever reason, because of the title or because he allowed people to like hate on me, encourage hatred of me in the chat, it started getting some views. And then he started coming into my chat and sending me DMs saying, I'm monetizing you. I'm going to get rich, like shitting on you and like talking a lot of trash. And so then I was like, you know, I was letting you just make your shitty videos. And I didn't like the fact that you were like not adding any value. But the fact of the matter is you were getting a lot of views. It was like free PR for me. But now that you're coming into my DMs and gloating or some shit because you made like $100 on YouTube, like now I'm going to fucking sink your channel. And I did. I fucking sunk his channel. His entire channel got deleted. And then I was like, there you go, buddy. Like next time, just maybe like do your thing and don't be an arrogant prick about it. And like let, you know, maybe be a decent human being and say, hey man, I'm like a fan channel. I'm going to fucking, you know, because everybody loves fan channels, but nobody likes, I'm going to straight up use your content, adding nothing to it. And then I'm going to come and tell you you're a piece of shit. And I'm going to, right, using you to make money, dude. Nobody likes that, bro. Right? Like, who does that? You know what I'm saying? Like, who does that? That is just like, I don't even understand, bro. But anyway, he's no longer doing it. It was short-lived, sadly. Dude. Oh, shit. Oh, let's go. Yeah, dude, I'll bet you anything he's going to be a Trump voter, boss. You know it. All right, you guys ready? Dance. Time to dance, boss. All right, let's go. Yeah. Well, see, the thing about it is, though, is like, like the thing is, you know, that guy, I'm certain the guy who paid off his tuition didn't go into Hassan's chat saying, you're a fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. I'm going to make more money than you. Your fucking chat, your stream sucks, right? I'm sure the guy was like, dude, I'm fucking paying off my college. I love this. I'm a huge fan, right? You know, I mean, come on, man. Dude, there were plenty of people who were huge fans and made content that fucking helped people grow. I think that's great, right? Being a fan, but being a hater and then gloating about being a hater is not the way to go. Don't gloat, guys. I mean, there is a time for gloating, okay? Let me tell you what the time for gloating is. The time for gloating is when you're doing something and a bunch of people are putting obstacles in front of you and they're telling you you can't do it and they're demeaning you and they're actively trying to prevent you from doing it, and then you do it anyway. Then you gloat. Okay, because these people have become obstacles that are trying to hold you down, and you get charged from them, and then you go rub their fucking nose in it. Okay, like you know, the next time I stream Fortnite, right? Eventually, I will do some gloating, because when I quit and went to politics, a whole bunch of people tried to prevent it, and were like, "You're never gonna go anywhere." And so, yeah, I haven't forgot about those guys. I will definitely gloat on some Fortniters and be like, fuck you, bro. Right? You got to gloat in those instances. But you don't gloat when, you, like, people are doing you a solid. You know what I'm saying? You should never gloat when people are fucking helping you. Right? You know? You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm petty like that. Dude, I'm petty. When people tell me like I can't do something, then I am definitely fucking doing it. And then I'm going to go rub their fucking nose in it afterwards too. I do. I admit it. All right, you guys ready? Let's dance, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go.
Before, yeah, I do
go, baby. Whoa.
Your radiance. Hey.
All right, guys.
I just want to change the world.
Dude, I'm out of breath,
but
boss.
I'm not gonna wait my turn.
Dude, you love a dance party? Dude, I went an hour long. Goddamn, bro. All right, I'm gonna go make some videos. I fucking love you guys. Take care of your head. Okay? Do it, please. Take care of your head. And fucking be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. I love you. I will see you tomorrow. Good night. Let's go.